6, 2024. And the time just about gone 15 minutes past 1. Na ene eye wukwada ayem bobo busumi na ewumi ne da etoso eye aduonu ensia afi empino aduonu enan na mamse abodonko apa ho meeti edu se enum ekekako eye na chiri mema nti dwumadie na yede ebremu na mema nti dwumadie yede ebremu me amidi ho chia me yefreme ADAKABRI Mamudu Osioma na dwumadie the senior character right in front of me here me wafa ase prekope amansan chia me wafa ase prekope the maestro Majori os say Ajimai. Nurami ono mwa ya Desmond animni.
Hey.
No engineer. Was here. Monu zeminiano no. Me ba hapeminiano no. And he said the boo almost nyina yate. And I'm engineer. Wo ginamua. Designs ni nyina wono ho woni jasmo na adwuma ewo wankra inland port am se necessary ashanti port of was here kokot o say wadaroma designs no da mabam
no da bam wa just say omo ya mfa gram omo
ai was it would design da mabam am say yere ntamwe enti mia made nyina Desmond oba nura engineer papa and me jano kwan kama oyenipa majere nua panyine no and just ono so afa me se me kan abusua no entu nia se me ne osaajiman asefo na ye abusua wo se wonti bi da no na woni ana just afa because twemu dan ya omo ye mabusuafo etina majere chire no kura no Desmond ebesan aba me hono mo panyine na na no mo pe ba asukura ko program also your friend say
ya mensa all traders association kantaman
ya mensa so no wodi ano no
ono so me bra panyine
na ya mensa ne dia ne me
ono so no offer
eti jese ye baako edemboko dwabe so de jiso duru dwabe ahemfie wakwa kobuso wahene kese na ADAKABRI Mamudu woni ne ntam te sen na se wahene kese etimi ma 2013 ye ba ma me yie a no de so abode sa tato a wo hwan na waye yie ma wahene kese sa atimi abo yie da
sa bonso
esa bonso na de odi ba so wahene ba ko finti na de ba da yo be snapai was yamfa wentum we de yamfa nto ayibokiti mu ma
that's all
and na me ma me say wa chiri twe timachire and I say wa chiri twe ne kuta ye friend say bag no e say yie no say kwabra en say wa ye bibia ko wani su katu enti e wo say wunya maame baako na ono no taa wachi enti oti wa no na ti wachire enti obi abeko asumsam no de bibi ba ne say boko kude na afetro na ode agum maame say wa chiri twe David enti we na Nick Petroleum danso abiam ono de dollars ene enwan papa bi ne fence Jack Daniels mianum ene Hennessy num talata ne de ba na yire ne de ba nti ne yire nso so de ba say ya na the Nick is abiam and no ma me tie chiro ma yeah me say
na opia de show
ai ye na tese
asemo
Otafrija ekoma eyem ya Otafrija de bebo nso ama Dr. Sekwa me despite any Father Desen and Otafrija gina ona Tafrija chese odwudwam
come ba sana come na ba
odwudwam enti Saturday chese ma multimedia so me bo nsan no enti kwasi twum so oya de se ubenya yie na wo chief executive no no anka so befa plane abakumase ababesiase na kwasi twum gina ho Otafrija dwudwam no na chese me hwe de multimedia for no so be afi o mo hwe se de Otafrija dwudwam a odi kwatum se twaw afi multimedia for so obankran wa ba gi check
that's all oba monitor atie nsam no
o
hwe de okono se masa
o ma tie nsam no Otafrija kan enti de we ya de multimedia for asa o mo so ya de nipa over 60 personnel from multimedia group esoso 2013 eba besense led by the chief executive himself enti we ekokotena aye Anita so hono enti wo hwa na ya na kada bia na kwa nya major program na nye wuo enti major program ba ko ba nye wuo na sata master of ceremonies woni gina banyini ko da me
na ba be MC no
ko da me na tutu bibia woni maba wa mienu maba wa mienu maba wa mienu nyina so ko GIG fe ombedi be siase na wotwe yesi ho de miminim
Omo di na wotwe
na be siase
mayo ano
emba ya ni mienu no panyini ko da me wona hwe wo mo so na che so maba en ma mo ka ba ko so edide si be siase de miminim
eno an se o ma ba no ma be tutu ne me
be siase de me
me major program bi ba ti major program no bad ya egwefre bebe bia na
wo fa se mo ye bisa wo fa asem we na me wa beto me ho
sa program no ofra bo re kente
o ba beto me ho wo ba ba na mi si wo chen
titi awa mu
awurade ayi na wa mu so fe ntesa na on se me san so on se me jam na so na me san kra me wa hwe ofie
okay
no hwe ofie
e friend say I'm say liver brothers when the seminar be about carbolic soap
ebia am di bia jajare man ne
Skanka Airways na woni Skanka Airways
oba mo na enfa
contractor will see Terminal 2 Kotoka International Airport Skanka.
Oh, okay.
SKANKA. Skanka. Or Scandinavian contractor. On the sea Terminal 2. And Terminal 3 when they see ye. Magdalene ko Terminal 3 no so ya ade ba. So
na tren dey do see
do see why ya ade. Because Terminal 2 no na eno so sata na jese na ayefe yi so eno original Terminal 1 so hono ansa na nkukobuo no 1949 ye gi asase no o se na ye nkukobuo sata na BOAC ena ne bagana so hono ansa na British Caledonia ebaaye ansa na eye British Airways ebaaye ena ne British Airways gina mu okọ 10 times in a week ena Ghana Airways so aguo British Airways got 10 times in a week 10 times in a week so no tike obeji wo no ye chemie no na be kwa Turkish Airlines
week ni kran so wo mu 7 days
a week wo mu 7 days
just say your days bi wo ho twice
days bi wo twice so hono asem ko that time na Ghana Airways na okọ week no anopa de 11 o'clock no okọ Tuesdays and Thursdays ansa na anadwo wako and na Ghana Airways way
at the restaurant
achese sia and no and also timi hunu say
restaurant no kran so agu
at the restaurant they say a DC10 no McDonald Douglas and omo nkrofo yo mukuta a French name Maria Tente as bibisa no mo you from saying a tant there be a tente who can bro French there tente so no mo laboni ho ba bi na restaurant no e ho na benya acheke ene your friends couscous ene tilapia no ya no say kama no you know couscous it will call French for aduane mu a ubenya couscous ubenya acheke ubenya shushu shushu no tiase French who can pet name shushu and just say love it love into person ma ukunu pet name and a person ma we yire pet name and a person ma girlfriend pet name ultimate friend shushu
okay masem shushu len
what are you? And some the mookie can be you. The Musu Stre, Nestre say, Aquasiago, Aquago, Michia, and as for my Michia, Papa. It's your tnas, dear. Now, Yadika, the Asada, Ama Major Sayajimai, as a senior co-karata. Now, Ohima Quifri. And now on so no Sante make free and I just want to say o me dia konwa no kwan do ya dom free and na say wa ampem so ho to say edin and ye cha just want to say din mu do papa enti da bia no wo to bedini a hwehwe edin a wo de to ba no a e likely say nipa na edin beto no no and na say edin e be ma no no edin betumi ayeden apeja so ho no edin betumi apeja edin no ho no ma you can shop for it but ya na etimi aye adepa bi the amount. To him, I could free and at him has say, yeah, or not so. What dresses skanka we see for air hostess. Nah, Edumo say air hostess and so no. Ya share unua. So na ya hwe wa battery. Wa battery no to say Naomi Campbell. Ha, sana ya hwe na fe so unua so no. Ejina ho no so ana chese unua no so no. Ababa wa bi bebe ye Ghana ha say obeye Miss Ghana ni bi ana say like anana na ni din no Sheila Asumtaba. Or when they could be a bruchana, and Sheila Asumtaba, and you knew aha, whoop omo would you anoa. Mamba one. Maybe that's a new one here. Ah, it will be a woman. Wouldn't you? She can't win you a betinana. Hey, who knew a dear chess one night? Okay, Tio, Adwa, and now what came you are.
It doesn't ring a bell.
Doesn't ring a bell?
No.
Yeah, me tell me, probably me probably bet me educate you quick free, mammy. Aha. I got it right. Sheila Asuntaba, Miss Ghana 1995. She was a beautiful lady. Now, Ninua. No, Ninua.
So ni nyua ene me tell what is that oh ya ni nyua say na o here
me po bia me na
David enye enye ni stage
enye stage no
hey ni nyua pa mutimi in fact in radio no cry no in radio presentation you see co character no me musa no question on me ya no
for educational purposes yeah. And away so a language. In Tebo have been mad cover up on a casafo. And
you casafo ya
Unua
a deep.
What came Maminua?
What from my possible answers?
Who said a year, who said a creamy nunam? So what is a creamy nunam? A creamy nunamo monamono. A your barney bearman and nam. So no, it is a whoop a creamy nunina, dear Befia. The oyen say, it will no poma. The kind neto obano. It will to obano say, could you tempt sasa no gua Bearman be ye gudu or ye gudua or back court and wine no saba back to baby obano. Not wabanu him or banu him or bano. They just all the she bearman so could you tempt sasa no one you mummy no day. So
it's your ninja no. And I'll call your tem sasa.
So I want to know that. Enti sa wunnim na obani bearman and namono.
No,
would you can't to bearman no could you tem sasa. Obani you boom.
Of our budget. Of our budget.
So I came you num obano kunu na pomumi nua. The can't to bearman. I took out to obano. Or to obano. Bearman or crown wine or besamba. They just order what baby now all train. Obesam ba say ye me yiri let just say I know so dia ginano kojo sai
tem sa
no anya ni mienu nyina akofie na wei na che say udi kan eto beman
na so ba ne de hiram
na just otwe mamenyua na just say ode ne nan and na ode betum dika just obefri adu club just say doctor mu won si hobiam kra what's you hope him cry? What's you hope him cry? The dear na would kind at 2 bearman or banning Subium.
At Wafa, huh? Now the man
and one
Jay send a member of Master. No, when who was a young company, you couldn't. Well, would that way? Also, member, some member, dear Jamona says you about told to a shabby, madam. And tell no about the henna. When I was it also about the head. If you can't have a pro, you crab, yeah.
I just remember Mum got to say, a new
when you debut, and a monkey. Well, I will be casting me cherries. What's this? Will be say, Madame will be pan or catch them, say. Time and young coupon. With them, say, Madame Fanchim.
A man find
time na yanko some ask me over time na yanko pon
o de ma adwene nde wadwene mu
odi bo sa time na yanko for the ball man no anko bo modinga e de bo
o de kan
enia omotonyo ankai
ya do chire wa ye de tie da bi o
na mro ka che me no ho na me pese na ase e pese ye me ya And me like I took the emotional aspect and me logical and me say because me share maybe a maybe boom pa to me ya pa say I'm go the boy new mo to nyoma me na be mo ye adwuma na ade ankampa okay ye de bia nie so no kunu ka wura pa na say ya boni tu a untumi be ye yie wadwane wa ma biom
otwene
wofa nti no
edi majari so nim enwua enwua ne ye otwene ne legs
that's as much
na nyan so ne de hen
nyan ne de
na unkonkoto ya pense unko mayankada
there be
can you imagine
waba ne nyan ne de mi ne kuma ponche kra na etim ka say yi ne nyan no
so at
ne nyan ne den ni intestine
I will have it.
Oh, is any nyan ye ne we no na ne sre no
so no ne torso no
hey
that's a big crazy
no say ofa o ka say ne sre ade na be si ofa ka ne sre ene ne nan a say ka no anu no
kankasa
anyway mesua bibi ne nyan o se ne sre o ofa waje atum
deep akan language
na wa mu so
na wa mu ofa
awem na wo do amotrom na eje
ofa wa mu ya
e ka awem wo do amotrom
ofa ha ene ho
na wa mu ni ho na ko mu so
me ko mu ni na ma wa mu ye say ma beti na ene ho na ma wa mu
hey wa pantan so wa pantan ro ko so abodi
ofa pantan wa ha
na uchikpi su ne de
ene
uchikpi to mo biscuit uchi ankre ne bia no bia ka mingba imagine chikpi
na sa me kana ni ba no kofi ma no
right enti ene ebonomi ni a eye alankojo kiremachene movement for change on a founder obeba betena dem ase na waye be friend great transformational plan na sa great transformational plan no waye no in clusters into cluster bia so no or thematic area cluster bia no thematic area into by 2 p.m. obeba ha say into aye senior co-character Manjero Sergeant menim now him akwe free so na etia yamfa se da so mfa mapanyini Kwadwo Damiado na Kwadwo Damiado na production wogina mu a we the proud owner of the contents of the show na ohwe se time Lamentations of La Bianca in 7 days na ukuta 220,000 place right 220,000 place and then na no juada na sofu jewa edu ebetena ha sei sofu jewa edu so betena ha sei in 24 hours na sofu jewa edu ekuta 250,000 place asatene see ya kase 1 day ago it just a third day enne ukue no it just a 1 day ago sana machine be count no ukuta 320,000 views inti se wo hwe se producer witimi ehhehye enoma na 8 minutes of Lamentations of La Bianca 7 days na ukuta 220,000 place na Bishop J.Y. do ne further explanations relating to Yasapon ne Bands lady 24 hours na ukuta 250,000 place na a day ago na ene ukui dakrope ne twere mu nrabna no ukuta 320,000 place. You can only credit the producer Panyini Kwadwo Damiado utime ahhehye na within a matter of 10 days, you know, so 2 programs na Lamentations of La Bianca became the most popular on NEET FM Live, NEET FM Online, and then Asat Ajuade, you know, and Rabna no, elevate Bishop J. Wadu become the most popular on Neat FM Live. Nini na so yemfast that besides the producer no emfama abna frema abankro one pescuba nana yalsafo say almost so to me organize them who ye and then they can actually ensure say relevant portions no we be an 320,000 place no parta omutwa ye comments or ye the efa awade mu nsam no how they were able to manage it so except they got the spelling of Pinamano wrong. So if you say Santinia Baba why call spell Pinamano so no you don't forget to say oko asantemaya se so and now say oko amansie or minase so amansie ne baby ewo asantemamu a amanhene mako enkono amanhene mako enkono ana ehwo saa bia no amanse enu nti na kasa aman no oman na se aha enti ubekọ pinaman no ohima kese so no kokofu pinaman enti kokofu hima ya friend pinaman
okay
so no ansa enam se bekwa hima so di pinaman enti uba asante a edin pinaman no edin a emu eda ho papa asante di ankasa kokofu hima am se kokofu hima nya pinaman na bekwa so nya pinaman so you don't need to misspell pinaman into onko na nana ya onene maami abra frema ya beba panyini asisiri wa bata ho na monko asisiri wa so asuo ho so no dodo no a ewa asuo ho no enkrotuo se dumienu ase dunsia na atwa tade bosomtwe ho ahia no omu bia ne ho original omu free ho omu nyina free kokofu asaman asuminya ebekwa no omu nyina free ho na akyeremade ana omaba kontenase ana omabetena bono ade atwa sat meteo sa lake bosomtwe no ho enti I find it very difficult to accept say yabeba panyini na ninchi efri asisiriwa nese sebe ne moja no efri asisiriwa na she cannot get the spelling of Pinamine right enti they will do the needful or no ya asafo de one tran kokko krada kaniba one tran kokko da
ane dia ne school na
school no ya
fan tena ka ma na be
ya fan tena ka ma na be twam enti ya asafo notwithstanding omu yade say omutimi etwa relevant portions of extensive production ehunu say ahase no ene beko we yakeka keken no omahunu do mbetwa nyina omu susu mienu no nkasa ma antibi bonse benwuna ne da honom enti yamfa seda susu samfama that technical producers no abna frema abankro ena nana yaw safo so hono aha na fe no akire no na fe no akwa engineering team no so no sanyom na echinchim afidie funu ma ye wen kante hwe atu agbo eno so enkran ha sei ukọ North Canation free North Canation na aba fadama so hono na say sa fadama enso so ayewe no utra North Canation ubetwam okuro bi so ayefra musuli
ano so ho ayi
musuli so ufri North Canation last stopper ubeba musuli ansa na wako fadama ena ansa fadama no so no eho ye new fadama old fadama no na eno ena ya agbobloshi ha say no a no ma bebre ewo ho no no ansa na old fadama no wako Galaway in 1962 Queen ba ha say no asata McCrabry na just obehwe se de no ma city no ye de no ko Galaway enti ye tu nipa a wapom ho no no ena ye de be chichire be ye new fadama etu free North Canation last stopper so hono ubefa musuli ansa na wako fadama the musuli hono no uduru wa ba ma bia wagidini wo papa odi akotene pa ye fe no okule ata okule enti ata okule no ata okule no ne wo faase ene achu agbon right okule no ne wo faase ne achu agbon a chese okule no ye bookman ewo abeka ɛyɛ trotro station nti ne wɔfa ase ne ɛyɛ achuagbo nti achuagbo na chiri no na wɔka so wɔ hɔ wɔka so ɛyɛ hello fm bɛyɛ hello fm engineering na yini nyinaa yɛ wɔka some ɛyɛ engineer fo yi yɛdidi a yɛmo mu bi ni na presenter fo na nkrɔfo ɛkyɛ yadeɛ na ne yɛwura fi sɛ saa nkrɔfo no nso so ɛne kyinkyim afidie no ha te bigachu ɛna wɔka na wɔka na chiri no nso so ɛna mrante kwai na naboagye on so so wɔ hɔ nkwatia kwaw de hye a wɔno so yɛfrɛ no na na jare tie jare so a ansa na electronics ho engineer electrical engineer ye ni ofite osa o ti ase
anu ya de
ni ofite osa eso ahu no radio akwa
ye ohini bidin
ohini bidin no adasa nkunuma no so ahu no adasa nkunuma ono a kwasuo na bo ahina ono so ehwe electrical yi nyina ansa na mrante kwai a wo mo fom ho no so no kyase ye man hu se show no eye enipa ahodo ne kampo mu ma wo te sa ADAKABRI me ka sei so ahu no uwia no akọ facilities group for no facilities group yi wo mo eye big solo so ahu no solo na eye dada so ahu no dada yi onam de wonya bi da so ahu no ansa na eye Godfrey ono so na anu ya na untan hu no Godfrey no so yubrana ene ye frɛ no na fe no yaw so ahu no yaw asa amfe ru ahu no same etuntum tiatia nkrani akoda no so ahu no ansa na wodi akoma puna onso so be ma gina ho na ogina ho so ahu no ansa na DJ Bosco onso so numu ere
ono so gina nice
washeshin DJ Bosco alogo bia no ebeba bekra DJ Bosco ansa na ni nyina mu no Mills so ahu no ono so duru fie so ahu no ye fe tete enti na ahu no se mrante a ahwe akabo mu no ama show ya show no eno no so interview ba ko ho ansa ansa na lankwadwo kire matene aba so ahu no enti abra frema headmistress anti I just asema wo hono no interview ba ko ho no na yehunu ye ho ano yehunu ye ho ano
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Kwame, mi ya umwao. Me ba penyin kane no ni madie pa. Na so na se bua no obon. Me dwene ho amenti ase.
Na so we dey simple kra. Fa no ko White Stone Dental and Eye Care. Na yen check in anima no.
Oh, jai samani abrewate. Me ba bona me ka asma chwas me fa ne ko Eye Care clinic.
Na wonnim se enkwada bi wo no mo a. Wo de sua enko yie nyina no efi wani. Akwada bi wo a abra teacher ni kyira de no. Won hu ade ni yi. So wo tie anima na so wo tie akire. Eba ne sa fa no bra White Stone Dental and Eye Care. Ni nya nhwemu mfa na ni no. Oha bia entam so yewe ni asia no ama no.
Ayampa o. Na se kro ni yade no eba emonka ye. Wadwe ye se bibia ye fine. Wo be ko na bibia ka ekina wani sei. Na se kro masate se wono momoja brosho ni esi yade no. Aya na momani yade pa.
Sa pepepe. Onipa bia kra no afimu wan ko check up awani ho kra no. Enyem prenu. White Stone Dental and Eye Clinic say fa wono wabusu nyina. ebra na yenye hwehwemu emfa mani ene mo se ho ohaw bia no yebehwe na yesia no de amamo ye wo abafu mfidie ultra modern diagnostic machines ahodo a yede yesa nhwemu no yedwuma efo nso de wani wote enti ba yebeje wo fel so Stone Dental and Eye Care ewo East Legon yebe MTN office kese no free was 024 225 1983 and 024 045 2992 Stone Dental and Eye Care Wenni eno kania
Neat 100.9 FM so any. And then Wednesday, June 26, 2024. Marjorie, Wadaroma, young interview.
Yes,
we want to find out what a plan is. It's a plan of action. What's a plan of action? So, no. Nothing, what is a policy statement?
Okay.
So, no. Nothing, what is a manifesto? So, nothing, a speech. Say a visionary speech, a policy speech, and also so na lay foundation. Yabeko Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Na yene Dr. Kofi Apia Kranting, or registrar at the Faculty of Sciences, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Ochiniba, yene nkomo kakra. Doc, yamu hande obani FM so.
Yeah, me do so many.
Doc na wie humpo ate
Nyame adaroma obi kan o say inshallah.
Enti ubeka say yet ya say UN for etimi the SDGs etimi the ba hida to krom the another plan so buy. So ye dwendwene ye ho say what is a plan, a concrete plan? Ye dwendwene ye ho say what is a manifesto? Ye dwendwene ye ho say what is a policy? And then what is a speech? So on.
I maybe can me wakamo chief for no chef for some program no a television so
a Facebook live into a TV no
yeah right now we can UN for you see, I just say yes, so car teamwa ma try to kaka. So we come on ya. We are to be a do a cruise BB in order to draw say a plan. So that near call IMF the World Bank. Now mama a policy sir. And now say a plan. Now you implement here. You want to try that. Now you But let's come to the substantive. Now we'll be talking about what is a plan. You have a plan. And it's what different. You could oh. Your views about development and now issues a bit fire for an answer on this debate also and I believe they have not finding a plan on the fact we are achieving that plan. It is normally recited in a document. The plan is supposed to be in a document. They say, Yakruche. Na a womb, but what must say? You suit you. Me percent. The next 20 years, Ghana and the CSU level way, or pine waiting the other fast A, B, C, D, and the other fast. The other more this year, 3 ha. Yeah, more this year. I have no more person here. You say, yes, you say, nah, Nina, Yature, oh, Bukumu. We make me a fatal document, every day. Now, what you here, you say, this is what the people want to achieve. But what you here?
So, it's not just a plan, no. Bibia, a daho, Obakan and Capotoca, some prescriptions. Say, I didn't near a quaint befasu near, baby, a bequaco see near.
It is a overshot. Now saying Jamana, I think one of the presidential candidates. Oh yeah, a great transformational plan. Oh, I don't know. Just all kind of no power. Many sweaty who your person or yama or man. Your password a big year. I know what to good book. Granny need the piano, so much there you be. Yeah, but book more. We are pay ya. Was a bit in your camp. Now, well, this was the all. What I say.
Because I said, oh, be to say, United Nations at a point, means somebody be Millennium Development Goals, by.
Yes.
Now we share 48 indicators, 18 targets, and some actual goals. No, yes, these are 8 goals. No, you actually say 8 goals in India. Now, 18 in targets in India and indicators in India.
Yeah, the patrol goals. No, I have broad ideas. Goals. They are normally broad ideas. They said, "Yeah, will be to become this in 2020." And you go. There were certain things that must be implemented. There are certain objectives which must be implemented for you to reach the goal. It's over here, not yet the education goal at all. But objectives were fair. So who achieve the set objectives now? I don't want to reach goal. Health goal. Our they say you make us say about the year 2030. And fire near Ghana. That is the goal. A broad objective.
Yes,
no. Implement here. Objectives are you implement here. And then you reach goal. No? So, can be said. The objectives are quantifiable and measurable. So what I say, they say by the year 2030, they call Advertisements. Be it America or a big goal, the person they call Advertisements. Then na meya dama metimi akọ Advertisements no. Ebia na do pa ma se musika. Meya me passport. Me kwa ko di visa. May you say, various objectives are we implement here above our reaching that day. So I say, 18-year objectives are verifiable and quantifiable. But what I say,
and I just said, a plan, and I hear you, me boy.
Plan no, the plan more. It is supposed to contain all the details.
It year came, I just had to say a year building technologist. OC a dine. Now architect no I draw plan. Now for quantity survey and also no any quantities nina account. It is all for plan no now for quantities no. You can tell say you to two from now. And that say you bet me as your bro sign say yes yeah.
That is it. If you make a say as long as I know so much you want crano. What can you say?
Yeah, National Cathedral. National Cathedral.
National Cathedral no. Our plan.
I was what was you? Oh, I'm with it.
I'm up to date. You reach where we want to reach. Now, my sister and resigning from the board. That is another subject matter for discussion at a later date. So, policy. Policy is a statement of intent.
Your policy, no, a statement of intent.
A statement of intent that needs to be implemented. Ghana, you do coffin. It is by the next 2-3 years, you know, the percent school for good to access to SHS. I policy. So I say a statement of intent. The money policies mean implementable. And yes, I'm going to or the another kind of that you one. Yeah, okay, I said the party because with the health insurance or mobile one time payment after one time payment.
It is that statement of intent, you know, for a specific area, be.
Yes, a statement of intent said this is what we want to achieve. But as to whether implementable or otherwise, it's another subject.
Doesn't give you the architecture of how your intention would crystallize.
I know the council, you know, review of our residents, you could never do no, I can't happen. As technical people, technical women are almost from West Ham. It's again, some teachers, nobody can be done that old, almost yes. Okay, just president no grammar. Oh, could be some and that will be a 24-hour economy. Now, where we start then, 24-hour economy. Party no leader no or car assassin. What in actually young will be at here.
In fact, it was captured in a statement or deliver in a speech or deliver to a Trades Union Congress.
A statement of intent. I don't just why yet.
You pa.
Aha. You know. So much. Yes, I see it. I was going to say in the apparatus, there were NDC passing one. I was saying your own situation. As I said, it means it's all more. They are not united in terms of what is meant by 24-hour economy. Na here, say Naroba Ghana ha, saying on and what are the things? What are the key ingredients? A woman. So, you know, policy here will be bizarre. A statement of intent. Now, various policies, you know, as I am for a future go manifesto. Almost just require on the password or mobile implemented. It's in manifesto, usually a statement of intent. Political party be actual go back and never a year or so be our pleasure and the health sector and education. And
yes, I'm right. A chica crabby say in one breath, John Dramani Mahama, in his statement to the Trades Union Congress, intended to bring a policy of that 24-hour economy. Until now, if you would agree with this, A1 would want us to believe, we say, a policy is a deliberate plan of action adopted by an organization, government, or individual to guide decisions, actions, and behaviors in achieving specific goals or solving problems. Policies provide a framework for decision making, ensuring consistency, efficiency, and fairness. That is how Meter A1 would want us to take it. Do you agree?
To a very large extent, and someone was big more, you may say a policy, yes, a statement of intent. By who? An organization, political party, even kind of saying, an institution, so I can say,
We are in broad agreement to say a manifesto a different from a policy, a different from a plan.
Yes, because manifesto no usually no a political parties and a kind manifesto gimmicks, you know.
Manifesto gimmicks, not just a promises are one more implemented. And then you take it as a gimmick.
Yes, media people say a gimmick because LVP for am I manifesto be NPP am I manifesto be send the other to the ya. It wasn't all my implementing. Not to test it, I implemented.
Let us see me input to a tracking machinery be whether they are doing it or not.
That is the thing.
Okay,
that is the thing.
Yet you want to dear na said ye can say a millennium development goals, you know. You were 48 indicators, 18 targets, and then 8 goals, you know. Now you would agree essentially. Say besides the National Development Planning Commission, plan to is a case of yen demanding of every individual aspiring to lead this country. Say and plan emra plan no these are the indicators, these are the targets, these are the goals.
Oh, now, Alacha Martin, why any so, or the good office of Krana, Meneso Ghana for Bena Akofasa or Mokokayo. We overcome the Ghana for what is our book in our turn. We compare Galantia to our desire book in our turn. But also money and my petty giving the opportunity, no. The Ghana for na do bona senior kind. Na almost the Alan part or whoever Ebaswa. You won't bet me I crab ya boa galamse. And I was bet media boy Piafro, and I'll bet media I but Ghanaians are not interested in that.
But could it be, sir, a media way, and we need to have that document and ensure, say, you be ready because as it is. Nanu juada ya okoko launch ye enu grano just more or less it is a abridged version 80 pages of that document and I've gone through it 2 times na said okay you know senke uto buasia kania you would have a basis to see
that is the thing
media for the yanya den
media for no and the sister omunya omuti omu ben ready great transformational plan, which are inspected in a plan. So I can say ideas have been inserted in a plan.
You got the great transformation plan, no? The great transformation plan is talking about enterprise economy, which is embedded in the plan, as opposed to a policy statement. John Dramani Mahama Ebeya, we incorporated 24-hour economy. I catchphrase, Muntiasia, Yentiasia, Yentiasia.
But me pato wouldn't be. And some enterprise development approach, you know, Ghana for bit me. I can say that kind. I can say pitching. I'm a woman to honor. Since being a dear woman. Almost Ghana process, you can't enterprise economy. These are the issues that are involved. Now, I'm to say in 24-hour economy, we are now to say a body. Now we are funny beer. Now we are now we are funny body. Now we are after baby. It's just a ready. It's a woman for the room. Woman drink. Not just any wishy-washy entity. Even when they are faced with problems of appreciation, almost approaching the enterprise economy. No one time a further elucidation of the issues involved.
Okay.
And you get said this is what Alan Martin means when he talks about enterprise economy.
Okay, Mami, just about 90 seconds. Now, how enterprise economy is put down. Minkin Kampancho, Dr. Kofi Appiah-Kranten, na fe no, minya okwan, because at drew stage, se media for num po, ese yebekanya, mono in academic, industry captains, and a moment so no mubet me add them voice. I can say independently, no, this is what we think of this plan. Enterprise economy, no say, in the preface to the Great Transformation Plan, and or say, building an enterprise economy in Ghana. Or say enterprise economy, no. An enterprise economy refers to an economic system that promotes and supports entrepreneurship, innovation, and private enterprise. It is characterized by private ownership and initiative, promotion of a competitive market, subject to the necessary regulations, accumulation of indigenous private capital, promotion of a culture of entrepreneurship, innovation, and risk-taking, limited government intervention, focus on economic growth, jobs, and wealth creation, encouragement of foreign investment and trade, development of infrastructure and human capital, emphasis on research and development, flexibility and adaptability to changing market conditions. Sir, your friend is saying, policy of the enterprise economy. What do you make of it in the interim?
Yes, in the interim, you know, a policy statement. Are you getting me?
Yet you achieve.
It is written
in a plan.
In a document, you know. It could be largely described as a plan. A policy statement, such as which is having the intent to do if you are given the chance.
And I mean, make a ticket and then the individuals in an enterprise economy are expected to gain this. Let me put it to you. In an enterprise economy, individuals and businesses are empowered to innovate, start new ventures, and grow existing ones, driving economic growth and prosperity. I just say we are individual. Now what take or my Ghana, now if this enterprise economy is allowed to fester, this is what you may get at the end of it all. What do you know what I'm saying?
How would it be allowed to be implemented? I think you have to Obama. Jan to Obama and some are coming in the pa to tell you coming from party CPP for Munipedi catching a buzia. There go in some of our coming now. Oh, yeah, drop to move them as the young
say under the Representation of the People's Act, you know, yes, say young fiance Anthony ways to say when you and I pen say or may president. It is a word in the plan about Obi Anfani the Emra. Now citizens, you know, young citizens no be demanding. I'm making sure say o plan way, no plan, no vote, and I'm a boy.
That is it. And number two, yes, you want to say. Say BB Ubebia, and it's very difficult to implement. Say because Adiano is born within. All on our sphere, Nadia, our thinking, our future Bibiato said, these are the things I want to do, and that's quite enough as well.
We will leave it here. We will leave it here.
No, be back now or say, and you're saying now a Ghana for the be implemented.
You will leave it here. On no Ankasa Abba Studios, yeah. Na said the year came, no plan, no vote. Ubi and company plan. And for Amra.
I catch them say. The time was a for now almost struggle. So, mobile explaining the ideas in the end. More than 10 or Kakra, I hear what the Bamia, then the better as the again things I never read you.
Who's what of you?
Yeah, I hear what the Bamia, if you Kakra, they say, or your gun and Liba. Now, also a role to play in the economy of Ghana.
Asam na no waka asam
Kakra bi na yina ya odiko campaign.
On why kakra bi.
Kakra so yeso.
Mate.
Mate. To say consultant to where ya nyini pi.
Na yakwa kwata pool side ho no mo a. Sa group no ka ya fra mo san. Pool side ho no dia kwata ho. Enti menene beka na wiai.
Some of these ideas. Yeah, maybe say who say it's wrong. May PhDs on this Galam say ne agree. Yeah, meaning so over something on Galamsey.
Yeah.
Or will be on agree.
New agricultural revolution.
Yes. So will be new agricultural revolution. Not one any answer the effects of Galamsey. But also working. The
linkage should be there. We'll leave it here, but then I'll make for the same amount dates na me deba kumase no. It is our dates na me deba no me because I no ma me no pe na awie ya de ni di nkoma o kan nyina awie no ma me no ya be ka che no make sure say great transformational plan no e be sinke am obia ti ase na fe so kokope bosia na t-shirt no the 18 million t-shirts ko kokope fabra onya ne t-shirt na se what the great transformation plan so eda the three mu a watu ama na no ano no Medu wase kakra bi ansa na on ti chema mamu na
hope
si adoye na dis kan nyina make match no wate ne nyina
alright
machi o munyina ajo so Allah na stressa yedo wase doc right enti Dr. Kofi Apia Kranting where registrar at the Faculty of Social Sciences Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and Owura Alan Kwadwo Chremateng and Wababetna Studio has he's a great man Sabato so Chiano Master P or London also so Chiano enti na no juada and Alan Kwadwo Chremateng wakwa launch a plan watu ne dini the great transformational plan. He said any Dr. Apia Kranting di nkomo na ye reference to Millennium Development Goals. Say ye pe 8 goals. Now 8 goals no in order to get to the goals no na ye were 48 indicators. Now 48 indicators no and also so as an lead here to 18 targets. 18 targets in ye do ehunu say we are inching somewhere and beyond the target then we reach the 18 goals. Inti enne ye betna se na the great transformation plan no yaba be busa Alan Chremateng esomfa so de ema Ghana for ene sen Alan Chremateng in the studios Busuneti Neat 100.9 FM.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Oh, ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Special ice, natural mineral water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Kwame, mi ya umuao. Me ba penyin kane no ni made pa. Na so na se bua no obon. Me dwene ho amenti ase.
Na so we dey simple kra. Fanuko White Stone Dental and Eye Care. Na yen checking anima no.
Oh, jai samani abrewate. Me ba bona make as much as me Fanuko Eye Care Clinic.
Na wonnim se enkwada bi wonu mo a. Wo de sua enkoyie nyina no efi wani. Akwada bi wo a abra teacher ni kira de no. Won hu ade ni yi. So wɔtie anim anaasɛ wɔtie akyire ɛba ne saa fa no bra White Stone Dental and Eye Care ne ɛnyɛ nhwehwɛmu mfa n'ani no ho ɔhaw bia ɛntam so yɛbɛhwɛ ne asi ano ama no
ɛyɛ ampa o na sɛ kura ne yadeɛ no ɛba ɛmmɔ nkayɛ wadwene wo sɛ biribiaa yɛ fine wobɛkɔ na biribiaa ka akyi na w'ani sɛe na sɛ kura masa te sɛ wɔnom mmɔmɔgya aborosoɔ ne asikyire yadeɛ no ayɛ na mmɔmɔni yadeɛ paa
saa pɛpɛɛpɛ onipa biara kora no afe mu wankɔɛ check-up ɛwɔ ani ho kora no ɛnyɛ mprenu White Stone Dental and Eye Clinic sɛ fa wo no wabusua nyinaa ɛbra ne yɛnyɛ nhwehwɛmu ɛmfa mo ani ɛne mo se ho ɔhaw biara no yɛbɛhwɛ ne yɛasi ano ɛde ama mo yɛwɔ abɛɛfo mfidie ultra modern diagnostic machines ahodoɔ a yɛde yɛ saa nhwehwɛmu no yɛdwumayɛfoɔ nso deɛ wɔane wo te enti wo ba a yɛbɛgye wo fɛw so White Stone Dental and Eye Care ɛwɔ East Legon yɛbɛn MTN office kɛseɛ no frɛ wɔ 024 225 1983 and 024 045 2992 White Stone Dental and Eye Care. Wenni eno kania.
NIT 100.9 FM so any. Said the D kind a can no. Asam ya de ya said ya ne say ya de beba form na yanya ye ho antiase. If we send tiase se bim predua sa so bimpo atwon so se kan no de ba be wo abekun na wutimi kakasa wo tiase etimi ka che ne se me pa wo chew na me pa wo chew na ewura na sum na kɔtɔ na koma so a ebi kura obesesa na dwene wɔmfa nwo ebi ɔde se kan be wo yi de wo kan nyina wonte ntie de ebota ya ne se owura Alan John the Christ-like kojochire matene what the great transformational plan na ba was say the stability bebrayen or say the growth ebebrayen or say the resilience ebebrayen or say the prosperity ebebrayen ye dia ne say obetimi ame ate ase emfaso dia ewo eye great transformational plan mu na wo kire mu nyina wie a wono ankasa nsanya no ho presenter ma wonpe obi anya present no no ankasa won kire mu ewo kasa ahoduo mu eversenti ase eba ya kwan mu a ene ebetimi de yewre ahye bibi mu owura Alan John Christ-like kwajochire matene yema wo atenase
yo minia beda wase
na wie ho te san
nyame adaromanti me ho ye pa
ahofeso adwa o
beda wase minia
hey no ba panyini
na okoso
oba panyini Christabel Patricia yadutwa Chiramatin, no what you saying?
No way, pardon, no crochet.
It's a no crime, Mama.
Or no one so crown or presidential
candidate, you know.
No, say, Ghana Hanu said, when you be our pecasa, a do be ana obinimu nimunyaso. Now, no answer na free active corporate world. Now, marketing manager for KLM for West Africa. Yeah, maybe a politician or many ideas in the man who free active at the moment. I think on what she's talking about.
Now, what you must so. Na
the display no.
Na no ojina eye ministries police station hopes in there for yada. Na ni delivery bia or ye me a capture no. Obi comment or the bar says ah obey me I running mate to nukro no. Like husband like wife.
No.
She's such an intelligent woman and she becomes an asset.
Very powerful organizers.
Very the marketing for
organizing idiot. No, say grassroots so come.
Grassroots.
No, market near Joe Remo when him Joma some class say.
Mama. Aja ne nanani anima to dia. Na je say adwadifo. E je say dem de musi mu no adwadie no na na oyere. Now, enti ena wo bia meka asem ama yentie no bi se yebetu aba ama no ana yentu aba ama no a wo de osmeje bre akwa twero bibi atodini the great transformational plan by a plan abre kom de yen
many are wedi medase na face so menya sa akwanya die ni chia etiefo nyina na ansa na mekoso no e pese me da doctor so ase na se do no aka mepemre na me no ahia na ya church no you say asem bia no ne nti ase ne church mu so bit me ka asem bi se wanya kwanya ama wan church mu a bia na won ti ase no afa ho adwene po bi se o ade yi de mene na nya adwene so na bia ya church mu ni ntra ti de ekoso nyina I'm very happy me say asem bia ne nti ase ne church mu na oka asem bi so ana wo na wo kan say nti die na say media for omoye na media ene me jina sakonya so atumfo pa the 3 cardinal principles underpinning media work no. Number 1 is to inform. Number 2, educate. Number 3, entertain. Na say oti journalism and media edumasia. So 3 pillars are very, very important. Nyina wo nchirase. Inform. That's the first thing. Se bibia obia kana. First ni say ude inform nipa. Na when inform no, try and educate them. Na say unti ade na say then the second pillar of education no. Eti de say san komoya mudi APA say masade and say yes mo ya the 4th realm, the 4th estate of the realm. And you have a responsibility. Nipa na enum ekopa akonya abenya no obia na mo kanede. It's more responsibility for the good of the people of Ghana. As a power resides in the people. Mo na mo dia tu mo si wo say mo dia mo ye media people. Mo na ese mo kotie. Na mo kotie a you inform and then educate. Na we yes na and then you entertain. You can say entertain and say mo kwa ko jira say ye dominant and you drumming and dancing no. So the idea. Enti sa function here course yi. Enyo obia na betimi afri na kura ababet na say ono so e bankra betie bi. Ba mo no mo ye media personnel no de. Na ese mutie. Na wutie wie so a magina mfidie so a cheche no nipa mu na manipa na tie ase. Onso ka say o say opeso obey president doctor onse doctor one ne ka say o say nipa no peso obey president ana wode na dwene mpo etintim krata so na say otu abamba no a ana ubenya sa akonya ne say do so opeso obey no obetima ba abeye enti a very very important komo na mudi na ne krakra ne say me de me ho abba for ye say kwan bia me for so amesom Ghana na ma Ghana akonanim no e ma se de se me ye ana ma sha ase kofo abam wom kofo ado abai ba mu susu me wom afa de me a me say me pese me kom manim na abenwa no afei se Ghana for madum no womo eto aba ma me vote ma me na me be president na se menusu ade ehunu no na me dia boa dada no afei de me wo the opportunity say me implement in full anti me ntwen metena akonya no so ansa na maka say this my plan ansa na me ma be se nya me be adu abatra no ase me yi me plan no enwadi na kofo nim se sa ni pay se tuma no a ade oba be ye ni 2 parties are dominating politics for 32 years Musa pese mo betena abam aka 6 months na ye kwa akoto aba muni plan na mo plan kra adenti na mo fa ntuga na mo kra mo musima ye bi danie ana 6 months to election mutimi fa mo plan by never konya man dia na ye begina so a ye be unse mo ba ye ade susu ye ma mo to me 32 years ye da ho odun so mu ye sika sema nye ye call IMF up to now even provision of potable water kra obi wa ne tap kra insuon famu for almost 10-15 years ni I don't think me the American say me say me kopra konya ni bidia me planner me dey by ni
mo so was 32 years na mo san akobiem na obi amfa ne plan mai obi kan say na plan no adien ene be yama o manti a ehia ma say of the two parties no 32 years of democratic dispensation no ya de plan eba
na udi nkomo bi me hu say me tie na wo sha ase wo say ene obi sori a wo say my political statement obi susu ne de ne wo say manifesto alan susu ne de ne a plan na open nchechiri mu nti won say me tie na me de ba me say asem bia ne nti ase ne nchechiri mu and manifesto party be ni aspiration HSS mutu abamano this is what he aspires to do in government na anunti na time bia no uko udi wa ho de nyina ko gina manifesto so ana udi ore nyina ko sia share manifesto mu a ebedu ba bi no na yadu hwamo if say because a year aspirations a statement of intentions aspirations no and no come now count with the promises BBN who attach the betman will say sa promise will deliver typically that's what a manifesto is and nontina ukaya on say a statement of promises and no me to say Dr. Mpokan or the adjective be so eka na obisusu ebetma ka say my speech Anna in the speech there's a policy statement in the speech etibeti say mra say mra na obisa omo eba ha ne ba say na asem ex president Mahama former president Mahama na a policy na say a speech bi no ma you say na obisa no sa me dey said the doctor Kwancha on ka say or say obi apese obedi o manso no you must have a plan because plan on your bet match say the mawa what the capacity to take certain decisions na plan on the bet say e kwan obefa so a ubetimi ebu man no eno na in the plan
first president of the Republic of Ghana 1960 Kwame Nkrumah ubebu say na properly na in 1963 or a 7-year development plan from 63 to end at 1970 our 2D work and happiness no na dia na no peso ye
na opese o magana fo no te say nyese na nisu ade ehu keke na emom no die obeya ebetumi ama ni vision na nisu ade ehu no ebetumi abamu no eno no di tintim krata so na eye 7-year development plan and was the ultimate the obenya free muno or the touch on say this is going to lead to work
and happiness
and nunti usha me dia mafaso the same thing on say doctor can be say won't me nya plan ka say o plan wo utrim ni anyina so nto amama any serious plan that is worth following must be documented until me dey abey enti Kwame Nkrumah dey no dey 7-year development plan and I'm so me dey about great transformational plan now you see a prophet is not acceptable in his own home say say artificial intelligence there and no any I to say the global information repository say at least bibia no ntimi ndwene homa say we use artificial intelligence now can say what is the great transformational plan it will come direct to Alan Chamatin.
Yes, sir.
And that is a major development.
The A1 accept it and then would push Alan Chamatin when you want to find out more about the great transformational plan.
Say, nka baby anka utu bibi dia, u brandi bibia. Answer ne betime nyanyina so because China no omusi mu, America omusi mu, ayiru nyina omusi mu nyina. Say bibia wo ya utu ne din. Na say Alan ebetime di bibia ba no say this is the great transformational plan. Now artificial intelligence etime confirm say the great transformational plan is originated by Alan Chamatin of Ghana.
It's patented. Nature say more or less after the Second World War, we had the Marshall Plan.
Yes, artificial intelligence. Obetime ascribe to you. Say we and the author and answer of the. Now say and obia afekran say you me pa huntumo. Now artificial intelligence etimi ascribe the great transfer, the beauty of the branding. Not to make us say, this plan is the plan of a Ghanaian. Oh, and just say, what is happening? Make come once, Mr. Ghana for say,
Mibisa meter A1.
Yes. Meter
AI.
Artificial intelligence.
AI, no, see, the question was the Great Transformation Plan, 2:30 p.m. and Yebusa meter AI, right?
Artificial intelligence.
And now, see, the Great Transformation Plan, GTP, is a plan that was launched by Alan Chamatin, the leader of the movement for change, to serve as a game changer for Ghana's economic woes. The GTP is characterized into 6 clusters. Economic, this includes reviewing foreign exchange bureau, limiting the use of foreign currency, increasing the supply of foreign exchange and promoting exports. Governance, this includes supporting private sector development. Infrastructure, this includes accelerating the implementation of strategic industries. Social services, no additional details has been provided. Environment, no additional details have been provided. Science and technology, no additional details have been provided. Natural resources, no additional details have been provided. Behavioral and mindset change, also no additional plan. Meanwhile, he takes you through to a picture. Alan says Great Transformation Plan, and then it will take you to the Great Transformation Plan. This is what AI, artificial intelligence, worker, Ede, Efa, Yahoo. This is just the beginning, and we will go further to find out more. The Great Transformation Plan. Na yenguram na yendi yahon komo. Further information from AI. Or see Alan Chamatin, leader of the movement for change, introduced the Great Transformation Plan. The plan is an all-encompassing blueprint for Ghana's future that outlines visionary initiatives across critical sectors, including agriculture, tourism, governance, infrastructure, and more. The GTP is categorized into 6 interrelated clusters: economic, governance, infrastructure, social services, environment, science and technology, natural resource management and behavioral, and mindset change. That is AI. And now, all acknowledge the Great Transformation Plan. Now, Great Transformation Plan, yes, and what you are the way. See, about the young ones here, in the 2000s. Now, the UN then, a Millennium Development Goals. And about 8 goals, and na about 48 indicators. And I was saying, na 18 targets. And suddenly about drew the 8 goals. Sadiana UN a year, you know. The Great Transformation Plan etowa. A dear to see the demonstrable track, you know.
Yes. Sir, Millennium Development Goals are UN Edibayan. A broad goals are. And no, one more can say we must aspire to these goals. And Osha, one more different goals are.
8 of them.
8 of them in different areas. Yes. Go 1, go 2, go 3.
Poverty eradication and go 1.
Poverty eradication, it is an aspiration. So what I say, this is what we must aspire to eradicate poverty. It doesn't tell you how to eradicate poverty. It only tells you, say, this is an aspirational. As I say, we must aspire to eradicate
on my
poverty.
World Bank definition of poverty, and on my Japan for definition of poverty, and on my America for definition of poverty, and of what was.
And we'll say, aspiration there should be indicators. I bet you say, who drew this pointer? Now I say you are 10%
into it.
Who drew say amount? But we find say targets. Which achieve some milestones now. No, we do stage here. We can say, I feel my achieve the first Millennium Development Goal of poverty eradication. Until they do, we almost say, if you are country A, well only 60% will be also or 10%.
Because some indicators, no matter what do target from targets no go
the indicators are the milestones to arrive at the target goal and the target. And a broad framework of aspirations. It's over Ghana. Na se wo say yemfa omai no 2 million shawnsano. You must produce a plan that allows you to lead the country to achieve the Millennium Development Goals. And it's a only planner. A better no achieve our goals. Because the MDGs, are actually a transition into SDGs. They don't tell you what you have to do because they don't have any authority. Say now because we are very yes, but on the bit much say kaudu hankaye. E kaudu anankaye. And
this is the architecture no. Yemra say what is the architecture of the Great Transformation Plan no?
So the Great Transformation Plan it shows for us to achieve the Millennium Development Goals, we have to have policies in 6 different cluster areas.
The 6 clusters?
6 clusters. 1, economy. 2, so one way we one.
Governance, economy.
First cluster, economy. 2, governance. And 3, infrastructure development. And 4, social services. And 5, environment and then natural resource management.
As environment, science and technology and natural resources.
Natural resource management. And 4, behavioral
and 6
behavioral and mindset change. So this structure now is providing you with clarity. It's a framework way there. It covers every single thing that you need to do to be able to achieve your MDGs. Say ukoyi bibi frimu. Say dia u class we can one can education wasema. Untimi achieve MDG goal number 6. Say a natural resource management.
It's a prerequisite.
You need a plan to achieve the MDGs. Na enti enono na ma to me boase pa me se me nyibrim film. The 6 different cluster areas, covers everything that you can.
You remember the cluster areas, but then what you should be, we say 24-hour economy, and then you are talking about building an enterprise economy in Ghana. Yeah. Enterprise economy, yet enterprise Africa, the anti-enterprise economy.
Yeah, so Osha, I just say, GTP, is telling you, say, if you follow the path of the GTP now, you would end with an enterprise economy. The enterprise economy, the characteristics, now proper in Indian sopa, 1, private enterprise. 2, innovation. And 3, entrepreneurship. And it is quite say, if you are able to have these features in your economy now, then you have an enterprise-driven economy. Now, if we say the top performing economies are all enterprise economies. And so we call artificial intelligence, the countries are almost the classic examples of an enterprise economy. Now, when we say we are talking about stability, growth, resilience, and prosperity. If you say in Ghana, we are in a state of instability. We are in a period or state of instability. Until when you plan, it will move us from instability to stability. That's stage one. Now, on the back of stability, I say we have policies and now planner a bit me do a free stability to growth. Now you don't end with growth because this is the problem at Ghana. I'm saying a problem, don't know. From stability to growth, you don't stay there because you can have growth that is not resilient. So growth and you're resilient, So when you external or domestic shocks, you go back to instability. This is what has happened in Ghana.
It is growth and
resilient.
You go back to Ghana.
Yes.
In the middle 80s.
Yeah.
Economic recovery program. Enhanced economic recovery program. So the idea at the time was by 1992, Ghana would have reached a level
of stability.
Stability.
Macroeconomic stability.
No, you take you off.
But the gap, and I say the deficiency with that economic paradigm, and say it was only focusing on stability. I would say if you are depending on IMF and our international development agencies, Obiani will grow economy for you. What the IMF can do to support you is to restore macroeconomic stability. They can't promise you anything above that. And so if social circumstances, now we were in a state of instability, IMF, the only thing they can do for you is to help you to come to, I say, war negative. If you come to ground zero,
preparing to take off.
Preparing to take off and then stabilization phase.
And the Nenua was to my balance of payment support. I hope in say by 2025, now what me achieve a year stability. No, what next?
Say, when to me answer that question. Say, what next? After which achieve stability, what next? The next stage is growth. Now, Ghana for a dear back where DCVH and he say. Time ye be program of stabilization. You do a political parties in Vietnam, and we are achieving 7% growth. Yeah, say that growth now come with stability. A marginal growth. You treat me be a better say, and say, but a nice say be a one in a so be a bit me.
Otherwise, put a cast of transformational.
And yet transformational. And nunti say be shock be bow system mupe. We won't say what's our coachi. And it is a open say unya the growth that comes with jobs, the growth that can withstand external and domestic shocks. Then that growth must be resilient. And to nature say, some fans say if you were growing at 7%. Who grow at 7% for 2 years, Man can say you have a strong economy. You have to grow consistently above 10% for almost 10 years.
Now just say tangent, we should know where you are heading.
You're heading. After that, nobody say your growth is resilient. And the characteristics of normal obeya, about move from growth to resilience now. And only that's the key. Because one to me, I'm go beyond growth to resilience. And non a small dislocation be bad. Now come back to stability. And now to your Ghana. Yes, you start here. No. Now you're free IMF, you have IMF program. So kaya. NDC landed us with IMF.
Homegrown policies.
Now
post-century.
Now the IMF program NDC implemented. It was only meant to help us stabilize. And the MPP about 2017.
Nada who MPP ni.
Me say MPP at that time. MPP buy 2017 almost take over no. They moved Ghana to the point where after 2 years then macro stability na IMF sika no no. But the mistake that we made in this from that growth
the mistake NPP made at the time.
No other I said me a founding member. Me a founding member. My bohoka and me nyansa until make us after that the MPP should have moved us to the next stage, which is sustained growth. Now sustained growth and the better resilience. Because that did not happen. When there is a shock, either domestic or external,
Ukraine, Russia,
then it will destabilize you.
Okay.
Because when you shock absorbers, now the MEN say, now at that point, Ministry of Finance for Nokra, now say, say, if you have not moved beyond just
growth to resilience now,
now, the BB happen, you go back to instability. This is exactly what has happened. And no, Anna, I see a additional be free Muse. Tama MPP, no, me say, I achieved 7% growth, 2017, 2018. Ya achieve some growth, not any resilient growth. And if we are taking steps to move our growth to resilience now, and shocks now Ukraine and it will not move us so rapidly.
Tinana Finance Ministry and Tiasia. Tinana Finance Ministry in Tiasia and answer it was lack of appreciation of an answer unforeseen contingency. Now you nimse beba.
No, but can you predict global shocks? You can't. You cannot predict global shocks. Ukraine war, your friends say Ukraine, Russia war, COVID. Say Ghana pen to ye. To baby. Those economies that had resilient growth were the ones who were able to absorb the shocks.
Because now they've gone beyond just growth to resilience.
Yes.
And that is why be done consistently over years.
That is why the IMF and the World Bank and the development partners should not be deceiving us. Emma and Kikan say, oh, we are bouncing back, we are recovering. Now, I'm not going to produce our need to me. Yes, they said, yeah, we've come back to it. Because by the time I said, Yetimika say, I feel we've gone beyond growth to resilience. And no, Anna Ubemu say, even if another shock will crab, you won't go back to instability. Now, if you are able to sustain your resilient growth now, then you lose to prosperity.
See, Yani Ora Alan John Christ-like Kojo Tremating and Aiding Komo Abra one launche the Great Transformation Plan. That's ye tiena semi ya or say I'm a fufue bebemua or mubabe buayen Emma yetimi ya diabenia or mubabuayen Emma yetimi achieve growth and to growth
stability and growth
stability. Na ya achieve stability na let us think growth bem na growth no over a period of say up to say 10 years you would have achieved resilience. There's a resilience in a bar afena prosperity and abeto asunti ne wakwa ya planner presumably say from 2025 IMF want to say balance of payment support from the amai you bet me achieve growth of say ... No growth no and was the great transformation plan. I was said ya kwaya nim emi yetimi achieve sa growth na chiri ebe resilient. Na sa resilient na be ma shock absorbers. Ama unforeseen contingency BBC wiase be bia na shocks no kura ba na yeden atimi akurekura yen. Na resilience na chiri no na je say prosperity aba.
Yes, I know me say within 10 years. Alan Chamatin ebe president. I don't even need say mekumanim say me here even 8 years. Within that 4 years first term no crown. The building blocks for resilience, and prosperity would have been established. Until from 2025 to 2035, that prosperity now make one seven.
We bedrew. When the fundamentals.
And then make say if say when to me anya planner
building blocks,
anya building blocks are, and when you say Rebecca say your fundamentals are still weak. You will be a friend of jobless growth. You can be growing at 7%, but that growth, a friend of marginal growth, a incremental growth, a linear growth, and a growth a significant. But for you to be able to absorb shocks, now as I say, we are no media. A bit me I'm move from growth to resilience. That is the value of this plan because a chair will say, for you to move from stability to growth to resilience, you must have industrial transformation. For you to move from growth to resilience, to prosperity, you must have agricultural revolution.
Okay.
Answer na sa economic progress in Bebano. You need a governance architecture there. A bit me support to your movement from growth to resilience to because we need a governance architecture. A bit me support to your movement from instability to stability to growth. Your governance architecture any could take you back to instability. Now and no soon a bit me will say just. It's not just a question of governance. So we need infrastructure to support Adena wo yena. Untimi move from stability to growth.
Okay.
You need an infrastructure program to support your growth.
Moving from instability to stability, then to growth. To complement what is happening.
And different things. Industrial transformation.
And could be clusters because because
there has to be a philosophical understanding of ideas. Now, when you have philosophical understanding now, and I will say, Papa, me too abamano. Say, I just want him baby oko, and I want him to obey.
And what you're the abano Daniel O. Peterson, or say or her. I say, I'm wisdom. I say, I'm for NDC. Honestly, but this man is full of wisdom. NDC wouldn't have allowed this man to go. That is a fact. I say, his plan, to my understanding, is the best ever. Despite, on baby, I did by you. Na ubebusa say, oh, by yes, our plan way. Na, what a radio so bad now, what we, next when in 2023, in your address to the whole country, you can say what the Alarm Prime Time show, Ebeba. Now, I didn't know when to mean your BB. Who bet me over weeks. No one can sustain a year. Who bet you, Marco, Sabrofumo, Sakan Casa.
One was a doctor, no kind. We interviewed on. Or say, I know a Beya Juma. Say Alan any media for no. It be a back because this is not for the benefit of Alan. This is for the benefit of the country. Now say, menya sa kwenyano with the media na. Sa chechimu ebede. Inti eno na egusu eye. Na denti a man front load in time. Man fan man time ni say. Say we launch the plan first. Now we are. And son walk back, I could church Musa. Na plan no crown ye. Now colonchi, and now could church dim.
Okay, it is
the right time.
Yeah. And the right time means that yentimi and set the right platform and also so yenya honti ase no be am fan negatives to be so and derailing. And then that negative na bit me the derailing.
Yeah, Ghana for no Emma and an opportunity no mra na the plan or the ban on by implementing.
na ansa na yɛbɛma no opportunity ama na ba no obi te nkyɛn a mfie nsunie na owom. Tell us, what is the role of the cabinet subcommittee on economics and then the role of the economic management team?
Economic management team no atamels breso na ewo ho ono wo different name and not or different no and a composition is different. President Akufo-Addo abreso economic management team headed by the vice president, ministers, finance, trade, ni ayuno na eno any the most important vehicle President Akufo-Addo say opeso o use to chart a path forward, particularly for the economy. It's an economic management team. She's a vice president or chairman of economic management team. Ultimately, I say, only role in charting that path. If you say, Anya Krano, that's the responsibility of the economic management team. Now, cabinet today, be a decision be a government in be taken. It finally goes to cabinet. Now, there were subcommittees of cabinet. Say Bibi cabinet. The preliminary work, and making sure say, documentation, parliament, cabinet, it is properly prepared. Say they acquire a cabinet now. Cabinet, about me, I take a decision. And subcommittees of cabinet. It is
somebody could not reasonably say, now economic subcommittee on cabinet, would to me say economic management team.
And there's a propaganda no more. Now, in all sincerity, we then come advice to Dr. Bawumia say he was given the responsibility. Now, say Nuntina, President Akufo-Addo cry, I can't say, or no, Ojije will so bit my. As head of the economic management team, I was a vice president. Tidiane Bekoswa, ubeti me say, who to me. We are minister, they are different too. The governance architecture cannot give you as a single minister the authority to make any final decision. It doesn't happen. It has never happened anywhere. But we are vice president. You are basically, it's almost like one ticket. Vice president, the president. It's almost like one ticket. Anna, Dr. Bawumia there. I'm can say, Anya Krano, say, or man depending who say, President Akufo-Addo man all the opportunity to be able to use his, to
the acumen, if indeed he had it.
But anyway, fast forward. I don't
know. Back to the issue of the 6-year clusters and the first of the cluster the economy. The economy cluster and I was 11 subheadings within it.
Yeah.
In the 11th subsector, I would say expenditure management and control. We see revenue optimization, we see lower taxes and duties, we see stable currency, we see low inflation, we see low competitive interest rate, debt sustainability management, increasing financing for SMEs, small, medium enterprises, reforms in the cocoa sector financing, deepening capital markets and financial intermediation, improving labor productivity. Sadia 11 year wakeno. Tell us what happens in the economy as in the economic cluster.
Say, answer me ko details no. The second of phone na ti say. Amambuo no, nyinyira agina economy no so. Eye kwa abefa so abesi say usikasem. It is the most important pillar of any economy. Enunti ana se wo hwa President Mahama, former President Mahama, 2016, on say na was say why infrastructure, why a number bebre, and now are very confident. Say Ghana for who oduma na why. So kwato abanu this year. If you say the economy no and the state of the economy no, and no affect the majority of the people. not the state of the economy, no, did not justify, say, they will return NDC to power. And in infrastructure, Ghana for Jina so de Tuaba.
At the time, yes, infrastructure.
No, Mujina so de Tuaba. And the economy. Once a fast forward, MPP, a chance. Free SHS Saba, ya keka no money bebre. But one who say, I feel equal, because the economy is bad and because we are in crisis. No, abanwa jet to say, enquire.
As my can say, you also have a poor boy.
After me come here, president, other ministers, vice president, what will be your Macasa or more acknowledge that? Say, economy, we are in difficulties. Now you're in difficulty, I will copy IMF cohering. Say, Usika Sam, correct, no new problem. We will copy IMF. And to Jamaica, question is the economy is what determines the quality of governance in the long run. When affecting the panel. Say, me fan say, amount for Ghana for Kotuaba. And you interchange any agenda 111 hospitals and I could forge Ecoginaso Akotuabo. The economy. No.
Economy is also now say free instability, no about stability, no about growth, no resilience, no about be prosperity. And then I'm sweet.
And Nuntina. Adiano, man cannot track a economy. What about the economy? Anna said, Unya and who Nimdia any society ever. Anna, my bombardier teach him a one impossible and 9. Bako a macroeconomy na ankasa. And sana waba industry. And sana waba agriculture. And sana waba tourism. And only the 4 main pillars.
The macroeconomy, industrial transformation, a new agricultural revolution, and tourism.
And to what economy? Some pillars in 9, and so which Ghana for the obey in each of them.
No, painting.
No, painting. No, never. So what to make a macroeconomy once them, one to me and agriculture once them, they shouldn't trust you. If it's a macroeconomy, interrelated. It's a macroeconomy, no, and no, and I can once them. Expenditure and management control. How are you controlling your expenditure? Revenue optimization. So if unya revenue, why nya revenue? Sikaba now they ever cover our expenditure. I say UTF. You don't have an income.
I can own such or them in the firm.
Now, we say, you grab a job. Hey, ora, now you mana. Say UTF. What say, what dear, when you are?
I will know trim.
Anna, what do you want? When you are who could retrieve as a red hawker. There's a what if you know I was our boss, my champion. What's our dress?
When you might win it.
The American say
step by step. Economy. Yes, macroeconomy, no. And industrial transformation, actually, new agricultural revolution, actually, and tourism, actually. It is the macroeconomy. And yes, number 1, expenditure control. Number 2, revenue. Number 3, taxes. Number 4, stable currency. Number 5, inflation. Now, Sanomena, we back with FRIMPONG. And he started with expenditure management control. Then I make an. But it say to me overall
because expenditure it means if you are overspending we need income to back it up. And so Kobobusia to fill the gap. Say we need income but you want to spend it there. And you so Kobobusia. Utifie say who say we need income. Now so per say Udi Abenkwaya a richer. Says Okobobusia and Zana went to me.
A boozy penso a year inflation in buy na a year Kafu Didi na Sata Muntus, Kofibedu, Chief of Staff Menshia, no graphic, and was Kafu Didi.
Hey, no, Kafu Didi no. 1 time bill.
But when you're banquet, Kafu Didi, but when you're banquet.
That they say no. yenya time and go through but me say a pop no and I make kind of fast.
Now promise me say
yes.
One kasa betena se. Na one kasa wo show bi na abeye the
Facebook live. Tell me you what can me baba ye no ma mienu. Ba ko your friend time with Alan. 1 hour.
1 hour.
And the local language.
Yeah, akankasa no.
Akankasa no. Na de maka nyina me chire mu ama obiati ase from the economy to governance to infrastructure to social services. Every show bian we were one a year mefa. Eno no eno ye twi. Time with Alan.
Alan mreni.
Alan prime show so no. Eno no ye broadcast. We need a radio. Time with Alan.
No.
It is Tuesday bia 1 o'clock. And Alan ba kasa. Na say 1 hour no. What the church GTP no many. Na eno no nyo obi aso na titwi. Enti your brofoso dia eno ye Alan Prime show. Chese eno no so no meba eno ye television. Na meba be church musa no many every say ora say minister say do ye adwuma yi. Say me ka say me no go through we a. Tie ye hia be 5 hours.
Which is where
the make say wa tutum na areas bi a opese me focus on.
E hunu say macroeconomy because you see economic cluster no a. That cluster no no normal 9. The macroeconomy and industrial transformation, new agricultural revolution and the tourism. Baby here stable currency. Low inflation and a low competitive interest no. Currency no, lower taxes, lower inflation, competitive interest rate. Sa normal 9 way.
And you remember Bosu tell
farmer papa
local currency. Once you say obi esu na dollar say no.
Awunya maye na wo kire kwa be fa sa bebu man no. Sa tu nia no kohwe na be wa
na de hia pa ni say once me say we gospel according to Alan. There is a Bible. So say John 1 chapter 1 e ho na obehu isema John kan on the stable currency. Into
John for no so emienu the gospel according to Saint John.
Saint John was a Christ-like John.
Christ-like John.
Number 1, they say you was short term, medium term, long term. If you percent your currency regional, short term no, you say review the operations of foreign exchange bureaus. Identity. There are 3 ways of foreign exchange. You trade foreign exchange. Bako you through the central bank of Ghana. Bako you through forex bureaus. The third one black market. That the Opa say and only the 3 sources
of foreign
exchange trading. Central bank the any day, Oman and manage over all. So they can control it. Forex bureau, Omo ye licensed by the central bank. But say one control Omo operations they can affect the stability of your currency. If you say oh your forex bureau owner, you are trading in currency. Say net dollar ye 15 now. Say who bet me determine say for dollar brame na mema 18 what do over $10 mamia instead of 15 no echina mema 18 cedis to $1.
It is a speculative
no speculative trading now. One who bet me gauge akase David I didn't say the normal see kono.
No muti actually say
no say no say so who say what do dollar by 15 by the China make me 16. Now obi susu ne dia o say agwei say ono o say obi 16 for $1 no.
This make 16.5.
Make 16.5. Now obi susu 17 to so obi a church ne dia on board so no. If you say oh yeah obenya more dollar. Because who are the dollar go bet you more. Na oya na say ono no susu ton a. So on ton
da bi odi ato so.
Ono si di ato so. Enti by the time how we are aware no.
Na ajunsem.
Na chese ajunsem. If you say omo na control the trading of foreign currency.
Press bureau for no.
Na central bank there. What a dollar ko central bank.
Debi.
ADAKABRI. What dollar central bank na uko.
Debi.
Uko central bank. Onye forex bureau.
Forex bureau ana. Aji amene neti for mo.
Until that is the first thing. Say we need an oversight and proper understanding
of the operations now.
Normal a control economy no. And say we are Minister of Finance now unti asia. Ebeju nsem. It currency no, that's number one.
Yeah.
A speculative trading. Number two, so said the can. One will say who export to who foreign exchange. Into your capadia and yanka obi a export to biano. There are regulations say ukoton
yakoton cocoa
abrochira cocoa put the say abina coton to the fan say
akoton fruits abrobe e dey akọ Europe
we dey akoton abrobe ekọ Europe. The Bank of Ghana regulation is say ukoton na unya foreign exchange na e say u repatriate foreign exchange na eba
in the foreign currency no e dey back Ghana.
E say dey back Ghana.
That's the regulation.
The ukoton no e say u dey foreign exchange na eba Ghana. Na wo ba ya ma rate e favorable a ubesesa into cities got anya dollar na wudi. Wudi cities. Until the regulation said you must repatriate.
Where's the total that were brochure and you didn't man and a girlfriend Timo and was any a pretty cities no.
It is how regulation. So one to me I enforce Obianua or the because of prefer say obey retain Nisikano
in foreign
exchange. How would you foreign exchange grab ampa? As soon as I'm not now Kojikra,
yes, my notice answer.
Adentina.
Onkipu
baby. Anna faces no. So we shall say no. I say making sure say the existing regulations no enforce. Number 3.
And come on, stabilizing the Ghanaian currency against foreign currencies no.
Yes.
A kwanya was what the best a what plan no.
Short term, medium term.
Third one.
We say we must limit the use of foreign exchange for local transactions. I don't know who hotel. I say $2.
Huh?
Say baby abeko biano. You see a foreign currency. Say okay say utia foreign currency. Na say sika. I say nka eba aban ho ne yetimi regulating no eba no. Akodi hotel bi, akodi baby if it's any pan or charge wa. Ono or charge you foreign currency said the utia manwa. On kipunu in cities. Opeso kipunu in Sikano in foreign. Inti ya dollarize
your local expenditure
economy no. When it is against the law, so you cannot price your goods in foreign exchange.
Because South Africa ya krada woman dollar awanye just o man wo musika no.
No ana face so no. Emra wo ho say wo ye adwuma o Ghana na say unya cedis you are not supposed to change sikano a wanya no into dollars. You are not supposed to be keeping a now no yes any a friend capital flight no. Say obia any confidence in the economy. Enti obia sisa ni sika into dollars.
What ya so kura no a near to collection in cedis no akwa sisa into dollars. Na wo mo de adwane ko.
If you say wanya ni sa. Number 1. Say wa sisa dollar na e bedru ba bi na akwa ti say ni sika no kura no enyi nyina so bia.
Edo so say after 9 ma enso so
nyina so bia. Enti sa rush for foreign exchange no because of the demand for foreign exchange.
It will say any existing laws no.
And we say you enforce. Now you review some of the laws because they are effective.
And am be two you betimi am your currency no stable no.
Na the ehia pa no a eno no I just say you cannot do without that. And he said you must export more.
Export more.
So why export to why export to unya foreign exchange you know. Now who export no you must also limit your imports. Say Ghana yet you also stabilize your currency. If you don't take exports seriously, I better know when your inflow of foreign exchange.
So strategy will GTP more
within maximum 1 year. You have no problem with currency depreciation.
So that is a GTP export-led strategy no yɛde yɛ adwuma
any import substitution no
yɛde yɛ adwuma
yɛ export no yɛ reduce imports na fe so forest bureau yɛ nu kwan a yɛ limit ɔmo operation ana deɛ maka no so no ɔmo export nyinaa no ɛsɛ aban no ɔmo tena the last but not the least crowd is foreign companies na wɔ ha no ɔmo wɔ right sɛ ɔmo dividends no ɔmo bɛ transfer in foreign exchange because ɔno di investment aba foreign companies
or the discover invest in the sector here
it is onya profit a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔde ɛkɔ back to baby ɔkɔfa sika no free buy the GIPC law no allows that but sɛ government ahokyerɛ ba na sɛ companies foreign companies ɔmo ɛdi ɔmo sika no kɔ a transfer which they allowed to do na sɛ ahokyerɛ aba yɛni enough foreign exchange ɛsɛ yɛni ɔmo trans ne negotiate
it is a haircut yɛkeka kan
so the ɛno nyɛ haircut ɛno deɛ ɛyɛ acquired to say
negotiation
say
in times of emergency
say say we reschedule time wa
ɛsɛ di usika na kɔ yɛbɛma ade akɔ ebi enye sesei niama emergencies ntia yɛse nye sesei na ade kɔ
because they say currency no yɛ lose na now within that interim now we keep usika in cedis rather than sending it abroad now economy is no strengthen and now cedis no so aban kra betumi asa ma some incentive in people
I just say ebe kushin
eno na a champion time ono de oka say pam no twa no sika no kra me ma mfa nko bio na eno no o see it na say we see this we a foreign company and I say we see this no aka
Ghana anisa
na eno de na extreme where sa so obi aso no oba
de sika me bio
na mom no ono no ka say ya ma mfa nko no o see this na aka no anka obe transfer into dollars mfa ndo afu
e was san chiro say
we invest in the economy enu ti na during that time so nya that time nti ADAKABRI sa no me ya
stable currency no
the next one now we say
lower taxes in the link of ebo homa o Kenyan
lower taxes no enye complicated crap economy be a high taxes the companies are what omani mu they cannot operate profitably na say ene me tax ye 5% na say we increase ko 30% na say you are reducing the competitive and now profit obetumi anya enti low taxes there and only the key to private sector development and I can say to bring down taxes you very 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 clear. Number one, me say abolish the special import levy.
22 taxes na ye gina port no.
I who first one say. So buy won't me and say we no me ya. Don't take refuge and comfort in taxes. Special import levy. Me say we will abolish it. COVID-19 levy. I don't think that would ya eno. Tell you about abolish. You will be your friend. Almost friend. Disinfection.
Ghana Health Service.
I don't think I see a disinfection fee. You about abolition. And I face you I say spare parts. A idea be a very important influence.
A spare parts a Ghana.
If you say no transport costs is the most important part of it.
Variable.
And no say Alan be president and when we are there because of revenue na yam plan here in it within 2 years we abolish all duties and taxes
on
spare parts say the be transport costs so abafom enti by the end of an Alan presidency we will have the lowest tax regime in the whole of ECOWAS.
It is a bunch of normal year. You would not need to take refuge in a port where we talk about taxes near the ABR.
Yes, I need the idea. In Yakra say, and I face one say the way I'm calculating VAT, any national health insurance levy, any get fund, it amounts to double taxation. If it's a first, no, na nyina boom 2%, 2.5 NHIL. Get fund 2.5. Ukaboma 5%. Na HSA VAT na kase 12.5%. And you na nyina 17.5%. And you know obi a ho han no afeso straightforward. And you say ukoye service bia ye kan nyina bo mu import no mo ye de o na HSA ya charge o. Ana kanofrata edi new regulation by say ono no on calculating is say no national health insurance levy 2.5 no service no ye the 2.5 no be come first the NHI levy no ye the if I say 100 cedis ye the 2.5 no come ho na ya fe ya charge VAT also ye wia na ya sadi get fund asadi akan ho na ya sadi 12.5 no asabe kan ho bio ya sa charge
we
enti ubeka no na ye compounded just say afede I said we are double taxation
the way they say a person a merchant of Venice akwan na friend say Sherlock mo na na yes
enti enu say makase eni the first na ye betwam asana
they just when you wo ye so no na revenue mobilization wa hwe ho
na o say
hienti na mo yes
so say enti because say untimi nye lower taxes without also improving on the revenue optimization.
Yes. It is say who say you betimi anya lower taxes duty so na up to 2 years no spare parts cry into your duty and then you also talked about fixed rate being
na no say ukọ port say ya na ukọ you no ma wo duty a utua no say duty here 20% wakọfa mo one bag aba na emu duty here 20% ye calculate duty no in cedis na watua na say we exchange rate no ekosoro me fan say kan na wo kramo no na 13 cedis to $1 and now the kramo no emu no e buy no na fe exchange rate no akodu 16 into wo calculation na we 13 cedis to $1 into say 20% rate is so utua wo calculate CD value no at 13.
That's right.
Afedi emo buy ya. Yes
16.
Yes 16. It na fe wo hwa in CDs no utua more.
I just say one budget for that. And unti me say ma omo a certain fixed rate for a period of 6 months. That is 180 days.
Until by the time ono eye order no rate or the year order no Uber fix no for the next 6 months.
No, him say within the 6 months, no.
The normal. It affect the cost and the price of goods. Now, say one year is idea. Or no, dear, or mind wo see the no and what they to depreciate here. About no calculating no the atoso. And or the two swa.
Inflation also so. And that's
and also a cost. One day he cannot absorb that cost. So who won't manage your currency? Now announcing we see due to obey
no kind of worms in the
into just one no transfer. I know. Next ama no mabo e cost.
Ma yanko industrial transformation no.
And then the open crowd they bet my boy on his head. A dozen inti. There here pa be home. One district, one factory.
Also be review.
Is one
the implementation the word that you see you know. I review the implementation framework.
One of the most progressive and innovative I say programs in industrialization.
We review the implementation framework. Now, what do you mean by that?
Now, kind to as we say, review the implementation framework of the one district, one factory, and provide additional financial resources and only review. If you say, I then a campaign, na manya adwene me say Ghana for to Abama MPPA. Ya the one district one factory beba ebema adwuma ba na afei Abama oman so akonani. ye wie na afei ye ba mu a first budget ye 2017 apart from approval that maybe the request to call for 1D1F budget, not even one cedi was dispersed to support 1D1F. In 2017.
Ya bought the say the 1D1F over. In first budget, and they didn't see it.
Not even one cedi. Who said budget? Say public documents. Public document.
1 cedi cry and farmer.
1 cedi cry and farm and release to support one factory. Say America say over 200 applications. Abai obisi ono de one de oye na adwuma. Ana wo say abai wo say opese industries grow. Obi an koye industry wona yi. O say fine mate. Me ame de me busia me kobo busia na me de aye. Na abai wo say be ma me incentives. Say the be me kra no man de ba. Yes o na wo kra ma mi o. Duty no na e say uye free. Say the be ya. Me mesibedi one akoboka ana makofa aba na aban wo so bayama afa ba ya monfa incentive mo mame a edu parliamentar omo say yempre almost 2 years 1D1F companies almost 2 years now in parliament egu a MPP for mo kra no mo majority matna ho ma NDC for any mark akabo montimi and passing 1D1 companies as I speak now.
And the PFI is no way.
As a PFI is there. Oh no there. One is one factory no. Nya ono no obo busia. Tio ADAKABRI me ubesosi factory wo besiase. What you want wo adwuma. Ana ba bebo de ro say obi kosi factory na mabu
attention.
Adam kosi factory na mabu am. If say wo de
Numa
wodi enuma beba nti equipment na wodi beba no untua duty na say kame de madwuma yi nkame to yi kame okay na saban so beboa me dia me kwa kobo busia e wo Ghana Commercial Bank e say free o me kobo busia
at a reduced interest rate
at a reduced interest rate aban say wo kokra equipment ba enu no odi duty no e be chew afei what di mra no so akokra no man yedru ha na usi duty na afei one factory companies o mutuan afei ko parliamentar mo say mumpre for almost 2 years I just say na no me tia say na say MPP for mo program I just say munim say enu na mo ebua mo a mo de kwaya campaign much wa ama akwadu parliament 2 years yes you am approve
and ye nya na kakwadwo chemate nkade nkade beba betena abedwu anum sa ye miaw
enti wo de kwaso
enti we NHS ye hunu ne say no afe
enti one of no na make say salam be president nam say me amedi enhu adwene bae na menim say de betumi ayama na ye ane mabua ama aye mo kra
wudu sika be hyem mo e go wudu say hyem ane faso be de benya
faso Ghana ane be creative human afesu na be me ya bia nwuma bebre say one factory koso a obe hu say obi anu obe free ne kra say so obe pa adwuma e won kra na komas e say ba bia apeja na it was the most popular program in Ghana so because for once no na quiet is they are buying kai so metme di super there nanye obi ankoye factory na afeye miabie nwuma na ono soso no if is trading there e bedu baabi no na akoye se u trade ya na edu baabi a the Banese ni India foi sasa na omo start with trading
afebra be hwe mame boosting local production and productivity no and at least no say 1D1F no implementation
no soso no Ghana they say the only commodity you produce your export no in significant quantities no cocoa for over 100 years you ain't even anything extraordinary apart from cocoa you export and Alan say so yes sir the economy will never grow and obi aso nchechire won sa say ye bibi foforo it may say we would diversify and expand the economy the 10 new sectors, industries, about the count. Back vehicle assembly, any component manufacturing. Back any garment and industry. When we say, cry a friend Bangladesh, every year, Omunya $30 billion. And $1 million.
$billion.
$30 billion every year. So more farm no makeke, no more cotton America. $30 billion every year.
And look at now. What say the garments and textiles? No, what you mean? Go to global market. I say the global market for garments and textiles is estimated at 1.5 trillion. Ghana has comparative advantage in this sector due to the availability of skilled but relatively cheap labor, as well as significant opportunity in producing high-grade cotton, which is the basic raw material for the sector.
And it's a Ghana. Say yes, here you show crampo. You can say failure. You be pam idea. Idea call abrochile.
That's it.
I just say when you no be 30 billion.
Now when I wait me and say
now when you move 20 billion crampo.
What is doing to sports? 20
billion crampo. 20 billion a year just from export of garments. She say cocoa and my more than $2 billion. Cocoa and my more than $2 billion. Within 1 year, Ghana, you bet me export to garments and textiles worth 20 billion. 10 times within 1.5 years.
Garment and textiles.
That's say no catchery. That's a for time from start here. And that's why I can show him.
Let me just say,
and I said, yeah, and one more say, and to me, it was our nominee.
Young pharmaceuticals. Also
pharmaceuticals.
The global market for pharmaceuticals is estimated at 1.48 trillion US dollars. Ghana currently imports about 70% of its pharmaceutical requirements. There are therefore significant opportunities for both import substitution and exports in this sector.
Yeah. So we import to 70% of Unro. Ghana, you use one. Now, I say, ultimately, I buy bois pharmaceutical industry now. Two things will happen. Share export market potential 1.3 global. And with the import, the emphasis say, you better turn your normal Africa and one. AFCFT and Intino, you better not turn normal one. Say, you cry, you less than $10 billion a year. You cry.
You bet me a year, you mean your SKS Ghana.
Because you are currently importing 70%. Into your cry no pono. Would you say produce 70%, now import only 30%? Can you imagine the trade? And after your companies, you usha NS chemists.
I be there for example. Kofisia, Kinafama. Efa painting your friend Nana. Efamponsa. Epokufama.
Empretech. Omunya no Empretech for. I'm training you on 1990s or.
Tobinco was one money.
Tobinco, only champion. Tobinco said one was here born home. Said a buying case ye buana. Says he approaches 70% of pharmaceuticals between Tobinco and NS Chemist. In a farmer, any a far Anna India, Kama, Ado,
Mr.
Macado, Kosher factory was here. Oh, Anna, India Niba, who's from Nova, and no, head life sciences.
Yes,
these companies are buying one. We can increase.
Petrochemicals. The global market for the global market for petrochemical products is estimated at 623 billion. Ghana currently produces crude oil and gas in commercial quantities, and the export same with no value addition.
Yeah, value addition. Yeah, adding na ye to oil. Yenja gas. Now yentime add value. Now mistake. Other countries are almost too oil. Yeah. I know also the same mistake.
The Dutch disease.
I know ADAKABRI may say industrial transformation will diversify the economy. But any petrochemical say you can see add value to oil and gas. You benya number one fertilizer. You say no gas. You benya plastics. When you say plastics, yeah, free. oil and gas.
Oh, sir.
Plastic, you know,
I did
a plastic.
I did.
You know, a product from adding value to it. And a bitumen. You dear queen. What is you have oil and gas?
Your proper here.
You have oil and gas. She said, yet to be added value to a kerosene, diesel, super no, you're cranning, just you be produce one premix. And you bet me a premix, sir.
Integrated bauxite and aluminium. 10 anchor industries, strategic anchor industries in the
and
bauxite and aluminium.
Yes. Now, say, ultimately, a producer wow aluminium from a bauxite. Now, to me, produce wow steel from iron. Now, produce wow plastics from oil and gas or the value. Now, just say you have all the components which we manufacture car. Let me count you say.
You follow?
And nunti ena the vehicle assembly by.
Is that no man is also? You tutum. I don't know so by your time with Alan. No, I come chiremu. Na just a fair no. Alan prime time. And also a quack and fancy-four broth war. Was it in our papa? The Mass America, your martin. Oh yeah. As in the global market for industrial salt is estimated at $15 billion. Ghana is one of the few African countries with industrial salt deposits.
Adenti. And Chile too keke. And see a problem. Tio, when you say upa say oil and gas, upa so to oil. Industrial salt is one of the materials ubetimi unia untimintu eti nya enu nko ampo industrial salt de utimi ton wa wiase ba bia ana no so o add value so enu ema caustic soda ema so many other things ubetimi ede ama o mine akoso
Ghana pa enti industrial salt no esomfa so de na chire no miamra mehwe was a vegetable oil and fats and industrial starch.
Palm oil, and then oil palm.
Global market for vegetable oil and fats and industrial starch is estimated at $540 billion. These products are very important raw materials for a variety of industrial manufacturing processes, including but not limited to the food processing sector, cosmetics, pharmaceuticals, garments and textiles, and adhesives.
Sure, Malaysia, every year, almost $20 billion. $20 billion. I've been working. I didn't come to Africa. $20 billion. Now, say, ye once I see. Now, ye name who do me. Say, ye crying, ye 10 billion from oil palm. Can you imagine the impact? They say, Ukra only 2 billion from your exports from cocoa. Now, say, Ubetiman 10 billion from a man who had you man. Dear near to oil. Dear near to it's as you all, Nipa, I ready, so many, and you won't quite about crown for a chain. And sa oil, you say, oh, yeah, what are the value? And once on a cosmetics move. When him say, you pump,
I better agree near
the base material for cosmetics. And even for pharmaceuticals, and no so a womb. Anna, Adiano crown, quite to say, there are so many food preparations, and no, ubet me, you so now, is a Canadian mercury. One carnation maker, a year will say
full cream milk,
full cream milk,
and you'll be there now. Yes, so
yes, I don't know. About 40% of it, you know, a vegetable oil, a palm oil extraction.
Sir,
and on the base, you know, now you can craft from Anna,
and then that's about imagine.
Vegetable oil extract.
Way near to home.
Oh, to 2 hours, would you touch cheese?
And you can see, and you can say, Team Papa. I love Yabe alagoje dramatic na twetwe nkomo yi o. Great transformation plan.
Mumbu abere mo fanya hwe.
Abere fanya hwe no. Oh, Dr. Hilal Liman was say aye beer.
Na de ehun kra wo mu say starch na ka ho.
Industrial starch no.
Banchia ye twi starch ye fanya hwe.
Banchia na ye want me anua no.
Yeah, me see when you say every tablet. Ah, we no bia no. Starch na
industrial starch. And ye dro no kakra bi.
Me say enu ni
paracetamol cry here no no.
Me say starch a drop here say starch in my intimate mind. Na ye can starch so dia. Cassava starch me the bag Ghana no. E better than starch bia. Abrofo American ni ade no nyina.
No man from Switzerland and farmer was it Nestle?
Nestle. Me starch one adwuma no. Nestle for now they come despite bisa no. Time me start here na kwam despite need for ye say no kra every
Thailand
me di industrial starch factory ba ha bisa kwam despite one crabio na de no one so edi ho dance say de na me ye no ha no better in quality and
cheaper na fufu ni so eso say twan
you table adhesive ye no
ni nyina
When you start.
Yabaji Brani at me about the Kanyan Concoche we say economic cluster no, you share the microeconomy, you share the industrial transformation, you got the new agricultural revolution. Agric. And what the say agriculture. The problem you work with agriculture and say the production no no. Once it is only based on small scale farming. Entimi nkonanim technology again is still low until the first say we must increase agricultural production small scale farming there na me anim ne untimi ka say utwam anu kwa possible then in addition to smallholder farming they say see etimi into large scale agricultural farming and no and betimi ama difference na ba. Now, to go into large-scale agricultural farming, you say, you are there be a friend agro packs. See, I can say large-scale farming. Yes, I would do kind of try na ye. Then formula ben or the bay, and you see a big creative agro packs. You can't grow pack. We are called. You see, you just I see 10,000 hectares. Irrigation will processing facilities
wo and sana packaging so and sana marketing channels no so it in that agro park no everything you need input supplies
one-stop shop
input supplies at the yiba one more chemicals so one more you ho then say I one-stop agro processing enclave now and no nebe change agriculture, any revolution.
Agriculture, any new revolution about 5 northern regions of northern Savannah, upper east, upper west,
the
northeast.
Food basket of West Africa, in Ghana.
The food basket of West Africa.
Yes.
The 5 northern regions.
Yes. Tusha, grains, any tubers. Grains, any tubers. Sa formula media bay. Say, Namie Madumna Ghana for Votumamia. Agro parks are all over the place, but the concentration will be
in the 5 northern regions.
Then in other regions.
But then the main concentration
will be in no. Falugu Dam no. Ya titi mu a atwehwere we ntimi nya. Falugu Dam no. I can tell you say there are investors all over the world. Say abanje to mu say ye ni sika de ba nya say kwakwa bobusia. Okọ bobusia ye Falugu Dam ayeden. Ma obia wo sika no mano the right incentives this thing will be completed within maximum 2 years now say wo pese wo ye agriculture we hear the all these facilities are make Canada in the agro parks no there then sir Falugu Dam no will be a very big asset yeah my private investors me engine tire because you ntimi ye yeah, mom from Sikambram, almost crying the woman in Diano. Na omumra meye. No more ya. agro parks no one no say o twin so because oye canal ma wa so say irrigation nti oye canal ma wa from dam no about agro park or direct
agric engineers
whoops no person affair there oja politics no ko ya okọ agro park wa 10,000 acres no opemu 100 acres ye twama no a onu se owo nsuo wo fertilizer owo bibia wo ho owie so there's a processing plant wa nya fe na
oye na gbari nyina na chese na yire so to nwum gu na so na chese akwai wa businessman na we won sim free so ho ma ba bia bia Bono East and ahafo and Western North so be den
on say Bono East ahafo masa kreti ayibia mo say on say ho cashew ye ne sa three crops no omo de ho na aho di drapa enti Bono East Bono ahafo also and the band
and Western North
I know the new West African hub for
three crops
and processing. That's a omu keke. But processing so. Na nyina so ebeko export.
Because she said Desmond aye no ememu
no. Say me say cashew nkwampo. Wo hwe Indians a omni nanum cross ya.
Eno cashew brandy pa say cashew brandy.
Unum cashew brandy na be say Ghana.
Won say Ghana say ya wade.
It is just Ghana a problem ni say.
Oti region wa ye hodan.
O say oti no. Omni volta no.
Nsuo
no water lake no inland fishing and aquaculture say aban e kavu homo ma na omo the right na so we nya aban na ekoyo but incentives ye de be mo and say obe say water region and then Ochi region inland fishing the whole West Africa want to be help
great afa no individuals operation own a farm
very on say a champion the BB by was operation feed yourself. Now the impact in the only thing I just say Emma not quite to say a so take a cran say or say operation feed yourself. And you was you don't operation feed yourself.
And now we'll talk about 80%
and you all say na the padudona if you any fear a feature you be mo kakra if you say operation feed yourself don't now, wait there, you say we can go beyond that. One, how effective operation video? Tell me, I'm going beyond operation feed yourself. Me say operation own your own farm. Na say Ghana for nyina me ba encourage you ama omo bosiane no ma ombetimi there obia benya ne commercial farm. Because in sase abu. Na wona na agya wasase bi say wo tinkran. Be see ase in sase abu. What me
I can tell you, I taught here. I
own your own farm. Now, I no. I just have my campaign. Said you operation feed yourself. So be I did not drink alcohol. I didn't know what you want. Sabi, we see a here. Abra was I see on a band was so bad. Said the one if buy here and for so operation own your own farm. Anna farm for life.
Farm for life.
And that is a farm for life. No, dear. Next, I've heard it. Would you? Yes, I will as a side business.
Is it what you know?
Is it what you know? Oh, farm for life.
The school for Colorado where?
And the school for Colorado was the first. Secondary schools, you know. I'm a grandma woman. It's no one says baby. Now, in Yania, no more to be produced. Who and who cried me for you? Says I didn't acquire. Once I named Colano, and the new crown with the ID.
A Greek master, know what presec. Onukro ya bebe ye district best farmer or ya Greek master ewa presec and obey district best farmer ewa epomu ho.
You see, and say no, sir, mass participation in agriculture, that's the key. Say ye per se ya agricultural revolution, there has to be mass participation. And no ana and no schools no so no. Unsa say e da ho ni na aban bebo mo na omotimi.
And the kwakwa when chief farm institute.
And na face so yes, na face so churches no any
and sorry ahodo no okọ eye asori ya nitiwo osiamu adu say asori no Sabia church
yes
ura abekọ ase kohwe kokọ Sabia church adu say wado no ho
enti no special program ban ebeboa churches no ama omo etimi aye commercial farming if he says see it me ye commercial farming production cost and a price of
e use so bad
form. So food prices bad form inflation bad form because the biggest cause of inflation in Ghana food inflation.
And the bomode is a unianum now one fast for no more a joy FM no Raymond Aqua no money Winston no money and pay Dokuna Moko Yasibuntomiko and the Casatin no Winston in Yano Moko Doctor Yasibuntomoko and the Casatin Enti afa mi enhwe na osi agricultural marketing and distribution.
Now what me ema agriculture production cost right. Now only I say distribution and marketing mechanism. Na je who produce akeke but when we know the be enti the solution is say once the first the food distribution system be by I say
food distribution corporation.
Ghana Food Distribution Corporation.
Almost silos. And no man can North Industrial Area.
The principle was good, but nanya abine the show ye. And the me can say because me be expand agricultural production, we have to introduce private sector marketing companies. And the district biano ye be license nipa baako anamienu na omuna ye de food distribution and marketing companies.
Are we are hinokrada to tuntuma your license?
Your license. It no dear. Na you say. Wo dear ni say. Nuania. You produce you whole promo nyina. Aban beboa enti na ye na je say trucks yi. Aban ma work and pay.
I work and pay.
Work and pay.
Say 10 trucks.
Una auto nuane. 10 trucks kra ni. Yama work and pay. We are to take on. What do you say? Ubeko farm to farm. Na wakwa evacuate aduane. Na what do about market center?
Yeah.
Enti the obey biano your marketer wo dey ko. Enti esa middleman wa omo timi ema food prices here you know. Na say I say aban enya ekwan bi a ode boa private sector ana oma yesa food distribution and food marketing. Now the beauty of it is say obia aban ebua wo. Then there will be no incentive say ube create a year for profiteering.
Because aban no ebua it sanya sabi abai samu di yankadie.
Nakadie. And afa so enya ba eba market wa. E just a normal bo no aba form because transportation cost no. Aban abua wo. Economy ni nyina afa ya hye bibia a spare parts ye free so afei trucks ye be no Ghana ha it na je say bibia sisi ani
okay
but you make what yes
Matthias enti esi ano preface to a great transformation plan yeah and economy no it is a economy no nko akura ani o
economy nko ani o
eno so ne yedi sie yo it is a mejibre na wasan abetra because yanko other areas because under the economy na ehwe microeconomy
tourism grand kind
apena me cheta ubeka tourism na me what 3 questions bi a me de agu ho no mo a I just say it comes under other sectors but the na wabetra say yentimi nko ho but you may have to comment on say it yanhwe tourism let just say as the last say you
so Kenya say tourism is one of the leading sectors. Kenya. Now Ghana, the idea is
40 something counties.
Yes.
Now, 3 counties and tourism. Now,
the idea is we share tourism infrastructure. A work Ghana. Now, your potential, not just say you intimi Rubebia. But when you idea who say Ghana will become the tourism destination for the whole of West Africa. Now, I know say Bepasua, not tourist infrastructure. Can you imagine, say, out of the 42 heritage sites are UNESCO, United Nations identify
the whole world.
The whole world, 42 historical sites are just a reason and none a year. Historical sites as will be a question. 32 were Ghana.
42 the whole world.
32 were Ghana.
UNESCO.
Yes.
A certified.
A certified.
32.
Then only forts and castles. No?
Forts and castles, no. Colonial relics, no.
Colonial relics, no. It is a by mistake, he said. Bibia officer
and then of the 32 no krano, it moved 3 a UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Our Ghana.
And your colonial relics and the World Heritage
Site.
Oh, it say no, say yentimi amfa private capital. Bemwa sa tourist sites ye yentimi develop. And no mistake.
It will say air carrier services as an instrument for promoting tourism.
Because we need national carrier. And now a carrier, we need private sector. Be able to flag no ama private. Say omuno and run airline. It doesn't mean say abayana.
That's what me and carrier be based in Ghana.
Based in Ghana, but a
privately run.
I say our near idea.
A private, but you're based in Ghana. It will be me encourage you to talk about funding and financing of tourism.
Yes.
You bet me and
no say a home-based carrier. Obi a person what Ghana did normal ye can once no say Ghana is the place to go. Now say nya fen wo kofa playing fufuro nya kosi ni baby ansa na we are akotwa so baby baby now say wo national carrier no etimi epiki eyi from different places now so omo ba
so na just why you're branding and marketing so
why branding and marketing because say if we can brand Ghana well as a tourist destination say one of the programs that I say Ghana is going to become the Mecca for peoples of black descent.
They just say,
the Mecca of
Mecca. Akwajia large yabano.
Yes.
What in North America, South America, not just say, or a black dissenter.
Now you say people of black descent, you know. Ebi baby Brazil, Colombia, India, Grobenya.
They just Ghana, not waba Mecca.
Waba Mecca, the Mecca of people of.
We know that he went to a disco. It's na akase creative industry.
Creative industry. The omasema ebobo kra. Say wo share the me fan say the capabilities, any capacities, any the innovation potential of your artists here. Hey, you say yentimi mbo omasema because even omo copyright you can already be boss.
That's
what they were starting saying. One say, your artist in your DNA, and you are mucha. As you see a woman near the entity, a woman and I saw me a jumagu. Let me see. Copyright administration, the quay on Befaso, and your maximum benefit.
From folklore.
When him say, there's a Ghanaian, small boy. 40-something oko achimata owie na oninam ha na obo ha life for yes I dey ana onya kwan kopie America say no he's one of the biggest stars when him say watibi aye enwom any film ama watimi Oprah Winfrey Quincy Jones any back on your friend Steven Spielberg. The 3 top ayipa. What you combine womunya ama ono and a co-director. Ono the film. Let me say the potential young boy are making as a woolly. With their Google. Ono what me Obio free Ghana aquatrabuj. What me color purple number 2. Ama what me Oprah Winfrey. Quincy Jones, and Steven Spielberg, one partners, co-partners. Potential work.
And the Oprah Winfrey, your wolfie has a Abraham way. Near no. Until now, many we a quick comment on developing the skills of the tourism sector.
Yeah, I don't say, per se, who Ghana be tourist destination. The service sector. Enti noma bi wo ha a training bi wo ha e si e de ma wa uko hotel na ye serve uko but tourist sites in here, tour guides in here, they have to be properly trained. So open so yeah, world-class tourist destination. The kind of training you need government to support the establishment of that facility.
We are told say or the BRICS ambassador. Right. And it is here na 3 questions be ababa and the different
clusters.
Clusters.
Young can answer. I'm for na tutu ba say visa
because you ready say enipa ni be kwa wia ideas ya ka say wo ma nano me ne da no pa me this will be gas be the free port beba na say we chama tia ka da
what can it say
oh ade ya can it this time no
ya say
pay you register to. Now, there is this question from a high-profile personality. Being here as a middle income earners, no, you open now be address or more address below them. So na yenya others no. And this question he wants me to ask you. Or say I should ask you a question on how to eradicate or stem corruption. And what would you want to do with Article 71 office orders?
Corruption idea. It was a Bible. It's a year now. And
the gospel according to first John and second John.
So I think what we I would say no governance cluster now. The first one on corruption. First one corruption. Na more de year. Corruption there. So we say corruption. So even yet we save even 10% of the into corruption. Again, yes, I call IMF. Now corruption good twice here. Oh, in
fact, I know the first of the governance cluster. Governance cluster put 1, 2, 3, up to 15. Your parents saying the gospel according to second John.
Now, is that what you see? You need to demonstrate leadership. Just say, wait, Maka say, Nipa idiot. What's in the book say? Corruption there. It been fun and so.
I get demonstrable.
Because I didn't want leadership.
And mechanics
now it's not just about you. The people around you. Any political appointees. It's a say who make sure say there's zero tolerance for corruption.
Yes.
Say on Ghana the way
the true zero tolerance.
So being young who say point down who kakra
FM.
Now say won na obi abeyebi. Say na me kan.
We are so ya na hu.
I'm tell me say people say. Who kopra konya, utimi say I've never been corrupt. And I will never be corrupt.
Your period with John Kufuor,
your period with Nana, and that's the starting point. And what you know, what kind of sacrano and performance or move room? What kind of sample? It is so Sisiaquino. The way between Sisiaquino, you know, a legislation. And a decline. Emrano, Yashim, and noon a bit me aboa. Now, say, Emrano Bebre. I had to say, Obiaso delivered corruption. Office of the Special Prosecutor, corruption, Siraj, almost corruption, Yoko so corruption. Unless say we have one enabling legislation. I just say, no, and corruption. We cannot go far. And one thing I may say,
it is a hard farming. At least what can be.
Okay.
There will be more time. Now, the second one would be the Special Economic Zone in the Asante region. 5,000 acres of land for what?
So say, we tema. Say ye ni any enclave bia wa Ghana. Ubetimi aye mass industrialization. And I'm me butam dey man say Ghana will become the new manufacturing hub for
West Africa. Africa
for Africa. One say China, the entire China ye China.
China nyina no.
Every time there transformatively the big buy more say China will become the manufacturing hub of the world. So when is our vision now? It ain't gonna happen.
That shall happen.
Okay, I say
1989
year.
89 ya.
Was say 1989.
Late 80s.
Late 80s.
No, what's saying?
And was say China will become the manufacturing hub for the world. And no any say who starting as a vision person who started the policies. Any programs a bit me am achieve. It may manya kasano. Me made president to cry. Me too one among that.
Tell us more.
Say we tema free any industrial hub bia. You can become the manufacturing hub of Africa. Abra wuni sa hub no. Ana me say Usha Ashanti regional. And on the connect all the regions in Ghana. Eastern Ebewiho. Central part Ebewiho. Ana Greater Accra Ubefa Ebewiho. And so on 5 northern regions in the transit corridor to 5 northern in western north to Ebewiho. Until out of the 16 regions, about 10 of them yes. Until a one year created this new industrial city for Ghana and for Africa.
Hey.
Now, no, Anna say a real line wa aka remember yentimi no. Say only volume about that area. We are no about real line.
On Thursday, January 12, 2023, before Santehine, now only Korean officials, only World Bank officials,
if you say me can say, we are buying a vision about Omniska about Confesca way. Name one pay private investors, big time private, because $1 billion investment. Name one private investors, or the Sikaba, when you say development partner, World Bank, the idea no, taking it serious. Now, for a woman who say a stamp of approval.
Yeah.
Timia me call ma World Bank, we come make a case. No, can say this is going to change Ghana. Anna almost a pair, $30 million. Say, young fan chassis, not young initial infrastructure. Now, and no, ne bet me attractive investors now. Anna, when South Korea, Prime Minister so, and also so. And no me ya ana okase ya wo Korea South Korea wo sika wo de chiche omde ma Ghana grant na mum aland ye wo kan die ehon die ma ya ma Korea ebe ye Korea no ebi ne die wo kan enti omo so ama $100 million omo program se me kan omo ye ho enkrata say eno no kra invest private we mu de be ye de be infrastructure eno ana investors say yenu baby akra investors o mani abre say o
minister ana wono ano wakra the president say me am a church krata na me kope we yaba na president ni man to me say okay kope bra me hwe ana wakọ World Bank ana yesi gi 30 million fa kwasha ase kakra ana wakọ Korea ana yesi gi 100 million ye ho adwuma se fa kwasha ase kakra na no be attract foreign investors
na fe omo aba enti say o be hwe no air conditioning, electronic appliances here in Iran. I didn't see a crab you. A whole bear the new assembly and manufacturing.
It's like when you're a big nadia.
Now, me, my sister be and that's all.
Bible, no,
not just say, now then, 2 major parties. What now, Ben, with 32 years. I can't say someone who compared to me. Money plan. Avena,
and the plan
Manifesto committee.
300 members of the Manifesto committee. Oops, you 190. I can't want.
Oh, from a plan. Plan. Manifesto.
Your manifesto, the Then finally, benefits of African Continental Free Trade Agreement. After.
So then I'll say, just a member plan. My yacht to 200. She said, Yami, it's me, my Jenny say. Said that she be also transformation. I'm starting car transformation. And you know, me all the gone, me economics.
Also your economics, Nibi.
Oh,
it's in your
school of economics.
Sir, I'm Kuruma Pesa.
Me call you the gone 1973. 76, me dissertation of me the transformation and structure of the Ghanaian economy.
When you're third class.
Sure. Message transformation and structure of the Ghanaian economy. Oh, and he said, "Oh, share we are." And I said, "Obi, even in my school days.
And now Shasi.
Now make about structural transformation of the Ghanaian economy. My dissertation, with dissertation, with dissertation, man be Abu even deputy governor by my name is supervisor. Deputy where's 76? Oh mommy, hey, for my dissertation.
What defend the BBA?
The different the transformation of Ghana. Structure to a student.
And I just what that cross is at the
AFCFT and American. I dear man meaning that I say Ghana, the Persia transformer, we produce no we are cotton way. For Ghana market you sir. Timinya Quenya UN frame say Africa ye get ye nukrano, ye muso. And Kuma say ye pay African Union. Now, when your political freedom na wuni marketer, a kabomwa, over than what we are.
Right.
And Tion said, I was the chief architect of South African Continental Free Trade Area.
Right.
I say, a mammy, et me a Ghana, Africa boom, as I say, our market. And then I'm Mrs. Shire, I'm a President Kufado, so about them or say, Alan, Minister for Trade. Nice idea, me,
and now.
Asabe talk me now so enti eba na me say I dey my young adwuma na say ye pe headquarters for African Continental Free Trade Area me campaign dia ba
na Kwame Nkrumah boa for AU ni ade nyina no AU no eni omo office bia esa wo Ghana
na che say aye bregu ti headquarters ni there. And the nature says,
Yasafu Masubo Abaso, Papa,
and I know, minister, our cabinet, Otumfo, Jerry Rollins, woman, I mean, mobilize you almost, yet to me, oh, and I am minister. All that time, I make the year, you know, and that's a woo you weighing now. Never know your president, a busy saying, and you tell us, I did about in the new area, as your favorite food, sandwiches, nade. Sandwiches,
aye,
hey. I know before friend I come.
Aye, Alan per sandwiches. Only the money be. I can't never find one in home. Come a person Empress. Huh? Any yardwa froy. Bayre, any yardwa froy. Okay. Empress, yeah, gifty. Gifty adoye. Or no baba Benoit. Bayre. Any yardwa froy. Who met me aye?
Oh, no, me, I do any. I just want to say, be cry, nice and send come your chef. Sounds a me cassava hat. Na me car. Na is a minim set me when you are sorry to America.
Wouldn't Mariana no?
Set me say me ya. What can say, Alan? I don't want your chef.
Sir! Comment vous appelez-vous?
Où was on the French?
Comment vous appelez-vous?
Où was on the French? C'est vrai? C'est vrai? Tu me demandes sa question?
I hope so, way.
Il faut que vous essayiez d'enseigner après de parler.
Hey,
vous êtes
working French and I say, I love this man.
I over Bible me.
Quite interesting speaking with you. And I mean the whole team at Dawasi. Each time Biano, we see Abontia, Utimi. Market neat 100.9 FM. Notwithstanding, say, 1 year was strong alliance, no. A fans also no. Be a yes, also my opportunity. I might make one some. It will find out.
Made us say, Mr. Ghana phone you and say, Mrena do, says Ghana. You call you be a obedi or man name. NDC ne MPP. O matna ba mu 32 years. Jombe nyina ye hu. Bibi fufuro ni bia ni hwa. O metima ba ya ye hu ye mo chance mo ye. Tigana for do nyina ni say we want change. Na you want change na ne hwa na akofara ba. Enti wondam na wodi wasoto foma de nkofo ka nyina ni say. Yempa NDC yempa MPP. Na se ala no se onu a watena mu da yenim de oyeye no a o sisi wo firi onu abepra kodwa so onu mo beba dia anya na enyu se Ghana yenya our new president enti deɛ na amane say na lan yenim say wo ayentenka so beba mu bigina fidu aka say ana no oba pa oba ebi mu twa say wo be sane obeso obese obi adwuma ana say okoye kingmaker ami da konyam de mfata me ana say de mi ya ma famu a me che say nyame aboa me akyenkyere mi na je say me koye adwuma say wo ye bi keke da bi na Ghana for dodo na no on say wo mo style bi a very difficult to read them on say ni padu don say ade ambra aye nto aba say woni say
okay kan sa
na say no eye 7 December no so almost say alan so obegina nko ade a obehu de besi wo Ghana ha say
na no manya ni da so bi
wo mo nkasa na emom no
alan begina nko ade
bi besi alan begina nko ade a ebi say onya meya ikura ode ne plan ato
ai
plan is what me say problems are nipa come wasem nyina bebe or solution or
the gospel according to the 5th John
and yes work and manifesto promise wa kiremu bibia kwan we fa so aye obe say adwuma
omo si debate
aseda na yes awrade say onu so de ni hira e na masra Ghana for so say emre nudu a ommo michido no mo kai me
na duro bi anka dem am yenko yiwa ni mu free eye ballot paper no so na fe obi oku
so akwan dey fast na be yimi dia free mu oh na akwan ti say on so obi a won kasa pia nipa enim say sa ye betimi yimi ti free pa oh god what to change some
ya pon ni nyina de say yes so ya da wase pa nyame nshiraw
amen
you will continue to propagate the gospel according to Alan nyame nka ho hope see ado yes so special duties ya no adana se amayen why
say
ano ane ekurekura ye ya nyame nshiraw abramo ena ba betena se abramo betena se na yetie de ho nom nyina abna betena se na yentie de ho nyina